Hello, test one, two. Can everyone hear me? Hi, everyone. Hello. Okay, so unfortunately, there's a slight delay. Doomy is making his way here. We are set up though. We are ready, but I think we'll give Doomy another maybe 5 minutes, and he'll be here. All right. Hi, Scal. Nice to see you. How you doing? I'll be lurking. Have a good podcast. Thank you. Thank you. I won't be interacting with chat as much, but I'll try to. Yeah. But feel free to ask any questions in the end, because how we're gonna do this is our usual, introduction, blah blah blah. Then we get to know the streamer, and then at the end of the stream, we'll wrap it up with any questions. So yeah, the stream won't be too long, maybe less than 2 hours, because that's how usually podcasts are. They're on that long. So yeah. Good question though. How many of you guys here actually know who Doomy is? Doomsday Maverick, or longer name, I guess. Doomy for short. Yeah. Nice, you didn't know Doomy. I mean, Mel, of course, knows Doomy. I know that. Um, Will this be the last vacation before you have to rebrand to Real Asian Podcast? No, it's unlikely. But okay, maybe rebranding part probably, because we are running low on guests, Asian guests, so to say. Hi, Doomy. Yo, quickly, man, make your way here. We're all waiting. Hi, Numi. Hello. All right, good news. Dumi just made it. Setting up his full body and we should be good to go in a bit. Jaha, hello. How you doing? Now, isn't this kind of funny? On Asian's supposed to be on time. Hey, Genzi, I hope you're doing fine today. Good to see you, man. Okay, I think we'll just start it first, because why not?
They're coming. You should be able to get in.
Your wig, sir.
Alright, there we go. Let's go. Boom. What the fuck? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Just shrink and then just shrink down and then just have a seat right here. If the seat is too small, just shrink down.
Yeah, if you want to switch off the colliders, it's like right behind me. Yes.
Yeah, I told them already.
All right, volume check 1 2 1 2. Chat, let us know if you can hear us just fine.
Hello, chat.
Greetings. Hello.
Let's wait for Dumi to get nice and comfy. Okay, this POV is not too bad, I think. My setup is kind of scuffed, but it'll be fine. It'd be funny if Doomy would not unmute. Unmute Doomy podcast is crazy.
Old Owie and
Old Owie.
mute Doomy. Yeah.
Oh,
So it's just Azzy and I talking, and then just two other people on the desk just emoting.
True. It's gonna be
okay, 1
us
second.
for-
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Once you're ready, you can, you know.
Okay. Hello.
Perfect. You sound just fine.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Can we officially start, I think? Yeah. All right, introductions first, right? Yeah. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 6 of Fake Asian Podcast, brought to you by your host, Aoi Viewer. And here we have lot_caliber as the viewer, and of course, our special guest for today, DMC Maverick. Hello, hello. Welcome. Look, we're a
How did I
little
get here?
behind schedule, but that's okay. And I think Lot right here will have to go in like what 40 minutes or something.
Well, not 20 minutes. Probably I'll have to disappear in 45 minutes because I am playing in a North American Marvel Rivals tournament with a lot of other pros. So I have to go compete. I have to go
It's
compete.
unfortunate. It's okay though. It's okay. We'll try to wrap what we can within this 45-minute time frame. But yeah, Dumi, would you like to quickly, like introduce yourself a little, like what you do, blah blah blah. Camera's right there. You wanna just face it?
Okay. Hello, I'm Doomy. My name is Longer. And I'm actually very sleepy right now. I'm kidding. I guess I stream and I do a couple other stuff. But that's mostly it. And yeah. Been in VR chat for a very long time. Too long, actually.
How many years you would say? Because for me, it's like almost Jesus Christ, 7 years,
You've been in here
perhaps.
since 2017, right? You've been here
Yeah,
since
2017. Yeah.
No.
Bro, you've been in
Well,
the Uganda Knuckles time.
I was a Uganda Knuckles when I started. I couldn't fit in. So I was a Knuckles for a time. Yeah. So
You
I
were
would say
Knuckles.
You Knuckles.
yeah, about 7 years. Yeah,
7
that's
years.
actually what got me into the game. That's why. And I couldn't fit in, so I was like, might as well be a Knuckles.
Hey, to be fair, I kind of did the same thing as well, but I did came in a little before the Knuckles. But yeah, I did join the trend a little. And I guess that's when it all really went downhill, There's VR chat every single day until I got a headset. Yeah, but I know for a lot, I brought this guy in by force. Is it by force? I don't know. But yeah, just
by force.
by force. Yeah.
But I'm glad to be here. Always.
Yeah, glad to have you on the podcast as usual. And also Azzy. You good, right? I know Azzy's not feeling too well today, but he'll do his best. It's like what? Like in the morning for you? 11 in the morning or something? Oh, one moment? No worries. Yeah. But yeah, Jimmy.
Sorry, my stick drift is annoying. But no, it's 9 o'clock in the morning right now.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm sorry you have to wake up so early for this. Yeah, time zones, right? Yeah.
Bro, I signed up for it.
Signed up for
It's
it,
fine.
yeah. Dumi as well, I think just woke up, right? What happened there, Dumi?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, or to be really honest with you guys, this is my third time getting in VR in the last 24 hours. So, yeah. First one was for my own stream. Second one was to socialize, and now here we are, I guess. So I guess I
XD.
kind of slept a tiny bit.
Just a little bit.
I swear, I set an alarm,
Uh-huh.
but it was like muscle memory for me to like just.
Oh no, it happens.
Just let me just turn it off.
It's okay.
So yeah.
You're here now, so that's good. That's good. We're not too late. Just maybe 30 minutes behind schedule, but it's okay. Yeah. Anyways, I like to ask this to like the guests who are new to the podcast. What do you think this podcast is usually about? Have you like heard of it before? Like, has Lulu mentioned to you, or has anyone talked about it?
No, actually, I mean, this is like the first time I've heard of it. First time
Mm.
being actually here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just thought, well, podcasts. I mean, I've watched many of those.
Mm.
So I guess the thing that kind of makes it different is it's by Asians. I don't know, fake Asians. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I
pretty
guess.
much. Like all of our guests that we had so far were technically all Asians, right? Some from their own countries, some like born American Asian, like Azzy right here. But yeah, I think you're like the second person who is from their own country, representing their own country, born and raised. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, because we had like Azu, then we have oh Jesus Christ, who was our second guest? Oh, is it Azzy, right? Because you came
80.
after.
No, it was 80. It was
80.
80,
Yeah.
80.
Well,
80, Lulu, Azzy,
and then Lulu.
and Chocolate. Oh, we had Chocolate as well. That was a Filipino too, right? Yeah, I remember. So we had 3 Filipinos in our stream so far. Yeah.
Dude,
They're
how many
everywhere.
Malaysians and Vietnamese do you get? We haven't gotten a single Chinese.
We're
person
still
on
working
here,
on
dude.
finding a Chinese streamer. Because, like I said before, our list is running so low. Like I don't even know who to ask to interview anymore. But somehow Dumi came in. Into
Wait,
mind.
wait, wait. Your list was running low, so you asked me.
No. I mean, like I know the list was running low. Like I already have planned who to ask. So you're like,
Okay, okay.
yeah. The list is being cut out already. Yeah, unless we can find, more Asian streamers. But yeah.
This is the part where I like kind of hover over his ear and say, "Good save, it's a really good save. I'm so proud of you." And then I just-
You know, what I need to start doing? I need to go on Twitter and start hunting down for like Asian VTubers, bro. Be like,
Yes,
all right, let's find
yes.
one.
Are you Asian?
Are you
Are you
Asian?
Asian? Do you play?
Yeah,
VR
but I
chat?
haven't
You
been
play
back.
VR
It's
chat?
fine. Do you play VR chat? And it's like, no, you do now.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
the next
if you
concept is
guys-
to make VTubers on.
If you
Yeah.
guys are wondering if I know anybody who's Asian and stream, you probably are friends with every single one of them. So
Could
no
you
luck
like roughly
here.
name a list so far? Like what comes to mind? The first, I don't know, 5 person.
Lulu.
Lulu,
Okay, 5. Okay,
Six,
Lulu.
seven. Lulu.
Ron. Uncle Ronnie.
Shit,
we
Ron is
haven't
hard
had
to
Oh, I
get in
forgot
touch.
Ron's a. Yeah, I
We could
forgot
get
Ron's
Ron. We could get
Asian,
Ron.
too.
Yes.
Yeah. Asian. Strictly Asian. Okay, wait, hold on.
Kuro is Asian. Okay,
that I
Kuro
did
is
not
Asian.
know.
Kuro?
Yeah, Kuro's
He's
Asian. Dude,
a little shy to
Korean.
come on
Yeah, I
podcast.
think
He's a
I
little
think
shy.
he's Korean. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude. He
Okay.
did his own podcast. I was
What?
on that shit too.
What?
Yeah. he's not
Wait.
shy.
I swear, I know more than 2 people that are Asian. Hold on.
You know more than 2. Come on. If it's mixed,
Your list can't be shorter. Your list
it can't
cannot
be
be
shorter than
shorter.
us.
We ain't escaping the minority allegations if that's true.
We're targeting the next guest, so give us.
Okay.
Like
Asian
a foreshadowing.
that streams
That streams.
that
yeah.
does VR chat. Oh, wait,
Yes.
Charlie. Okay. But
Charlie-
you already
Charlie?
had Charlie on.
Yeah, chocolate. We had
yeah.
chocolate on. Yeah.
Damn. Hold on. Numi.
Numi. What do you guys think? I know most people in chat know Numi, obviously. I mean, he streams from time to time,
Numi.
but yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Are you really Asian now, Doomy? Now I'm curious.
Well, okay, I am Asian, but okay. As you can see, for the last couple years, all I've really hung out with was, I mean, how do I say this?
Say it.
Um,
He can say it.
Western people.
Western people.
So
Western people with quotation mark.
Western
yeah.
Does that-
I mean, it
Does
doesn't
that
really
count,
help.
chat?
I
Is
mean,
that
okay, it
24
doesn't
minute
really
mark? Does that
help.
count?
It doesn't help that I don't ask, hey, where are you from? Or what race are you? So I never really know. Sometimes I just find out like later down the line that, oh, you're
actually
Asian too. Oh, that's cool. So it doesn't really help. Yeah, your day streams.
Yes, yes. We had
I
plans,
mean,
kind of. Yeah, yeah. The list goes on.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. But
mhm.
you talked more people than I did, so well, I guess we have new targets for the next couple of months. Yeah. Yeah. To go back
What
on
the fuck?
what this podcast actually is, it really just started off as like something we did for fun. But to really summarize, this podcast is about exploring how truly Asian you are, I guess. So we're essentially discussing about cultures, how it's like for you to stream in a, I guess, quote unquote Western dominant environment platform, right? Because that's what Twitch is, right? Essentially. Yeah. So that's basically that. And some people tend to get the wrong idea of this podcast. I swear we are not intentionally or purposefully trying to break TOS. It's just culture, man. It's just culture. Yeah, yeah. I swear I'm not capping. Yeah.
Do Asians have more stereotypes than like a lot of other fucking ethnicities? That's the other thing too. Like I don't know. I feel like I hear more Asian jokes than anything. But that's been
True,
on the
true.
rise since like fucking Stephen He and Uncle Roger on YouTube. They're like
Right, right.
Okay,
making
yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking they're promoting it really.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I guess in terms of like what do you call it? What's the word they use? Stereotypes. I guess Asians just have a more prominent stereotype rather than a more stereotype.
True,
Like
true.
it's
That's
just
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
known than
Mhm.
a quantity.
Right.
So that's probably why.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I
I know
guess
all about it.
that makes sense. But yeah, right. We're here to get to know about Doomy a little more. This time, like this podcast, I actually did a little bit of research. By research, I mean ChatGPT. Tell me all about Doomstream prepping. So they gave me a list of info.
No way.
Oh, so what I found out here is you start streaming at 2017, October 27th.
Did you
to be
actually
exact.
chat GPT me? No way, chat GPT
I'll
had
be
to
honest.
file on me.
This was done like 30 minutes before the stream. Okay, I'll admit that. Okay, so
You know,
info's
you could
accurate,
have
at
just
least.
asked me to give you all of this information. I'd gladly hand to you. You have me on DMs. You could have just made the list. Be like, you could have used ChatGPT for like,
Hey.
give me a list of questions to ask my featured guest on my podcast.
That's what I did. That's exactly what I did as well. Like, in case you run out of shit to say,
Okay.
at least we're
Okay.
prepped. We're prepped. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's start off with like a very basic question, I guess.
Hopefully, there's no private information that you're
No.
divulging here. Okay,
I
you're
hope
okay.
not.
Good.
I mean, it's from
Jeez.
ChatGPT, right? So unless you put out some
No,
private
I mean-
information that just resurfaced after a couple
I
of
hope
years.
not.
Yeah, I hope not.
Okay.
We're gonna find out today. Yeah. Basic question. What really prompted you to start streaming to begin with? Because 2017, that kind of aligns with the Knuckles, right? In a way. Wait, when did Knuckles come in again?
2018.
2018. Yeah.
2018.
Yeah, yeah.
2018, I think.
I was 2018 player, not 2017.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I was
Uh-huh.
in full college in 2017, so didn't know
Ah.
anything.
Still studying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And to answer your question, so what drove me to do streaming? Honestly, it was just a nudge from like a friend. I say this story a lot on stream because people do ask. I was just hanging out in the Great Pug on the second floor in the bar area specifically. And I've made a handful of friends. At this point, this was like maybe 2 weeks into me starting VR chat. And
okay.
I think what happened was I was so bored. So I grabbed my guitar
Mhm.
and I was just strumming, singing. Didn't know that my mic was opened. Classic. Um, and they were like, "Oh, Dumi, that's not bad. You know, you sound like this one guy. You should
Start streaming.
stream on Twitch." And I was like, "What? Well, okay." So that kind of stuck to me. I looked it up later that night, and then yeah, I tried it. I mean, at first I didn't really do anything. I couldn't really speak as much,
Okay.
but yeah, what would happen is I was basically nervous. I had stage fright
Stage
for the
fright, yeah.
first year and a half of me going live. So all I really did was I basically just sang. I turned on the stream, shook a tiny bit, and I was
just
like,
kept
okay.
singing and singing.
And then
That's
I sang
yeah.
for like maybe 3 hours. And
3 hours. That's more
yeah,
than an actual
I
concert
mean,
now, in most cases.
yeah, that's true, but
Very
that's
much
not even
so,
the
yeah.
Yeah, that's
that's not
impressive.
even the end
Yeah.
of it. I mean, what would happen is, after those 3 hours were up, three or so hours, I would end stream. I would go to a public world, mostly the Great Puck, because there's not really a lot of worlds that were there at that time, and I would sing for maybe 3 or 6 more hours in public.
Wow.
Randomly, yeah.
Oh,
That's why my friends list blew up. I had like 2,000 friends at one point, and some of them haven't got on in like 7 years. Had to like clear that stuff. It was crazy.
I mean, to be fair, like 2018 VR chat was like when most people with talents would come in and they would go into public worlds and just do whatever. It could be singing, it could be I don't think we saw as much dancing, but there were some. But singing was like most of it, I think. Instrument playing
Yeah.
or singing, yeah.
I think at that time, the whole dancing thing, it's reliant with the full body stuff. And at that point, I think I could name like only like 5 people who had
people,
full
yeah.
body tracking and the space and the skills to actually do the dancing. So
Yeah.
it was at its infancy back then. I think, okay, 2 prominent names that really that I remember now that you mentioned it was Forcible and
I remember
Venerak.
those names. I
Yeah.
remember those names, yeah. That goes
There was
really
also
way back.
Jakey, and I think they go by Veronica J nowadays. But they also used to dance. But this was like months down the road, when it was like new. The people that were actually, like they would see them and they would, send them a friend request just because they're in full body was Forcible and Venerak. This was like early, maybe April or May 2018.
Super
was
early.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, first few people that I know with full body tracking. Nowadays, like dime a dozen, really. Like you have full body, get in line. Me
Yeah.
too. I'm just lazy.
I mean, back then, having full body is essentially like having like the latest iPhone when everyone else can get their hands on it. That's basically that, really.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's still the same in like you go to public worlds, dude, and like some half body sees you, they start fucking creaming, dude. They go crazy
yeah.
over you.
Are you using full body?
And-
Yeah.
yeah,
Now this
are
is
you
face
using
tracking.
full body?
You know?
Can you do a flip? They're like,
Yeah.
can you do a flip? And I look at them, I'm like, no, try harder.
Yeah. I know a lot can't exactly relate too much to this because you only came in like what 2022? I kind of forgot.
20. I did find out about VR chat content quite early on. The pandemic kind of helped it. So in terms of the names that you guys threw out, Veronica J is actually a familiar one that I do know.
Oh, okay.
So I do know that early onset, like dead ass. I think I saw clips of Lulu and like
Lulu.
80, and I think even Doom here a whole year before I actually got into VR chat.
There you go.
And
top 10.
met Aoi later on.
And
And that was through Apex.
that was your Apex in the
Oh.
funny
Wait.
circumstances. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait. What are you about to say?
No, wait. Do you mean Apex as in the game or Apex as in?
Apex the game.
The game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah. So you've been really just mostly streaming VR chat ever since you started.
Yeah, mostly. It basically became my niche.
Your
Yeah.
niche. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you ventured into you ventured into variety like a couple years ago, right? Like more towards
Well,
variety.
I've always had variety. It's more like
Mm,
VR chat was the only thing that really sticks.
right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I dare say it's the only thing that I'm really completely comfortable with,
Okay.
in terms of streaming it. Probably because in terms of experience, quote unquote,
Experience. Yes. Yes.
I have like the most experience in it as a streamer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Would you like me to tell you what ChatGPT thinks of your content style? I can read this out for you word for word, and I shit you not. uh, this is kind of funny to me. All right, so
Wait. Reword it in your own words and be nice to me.
I'm gonna
That's
read it
okay.
word to word, okay? So because it's funnier that way. So apparently, Doomsday Maverick describes herself as a professional cake dealer and a heart stealer, inviting viewers to join her VR and gaming adventures. Her streams are categorized by high energy, music, and audience engagement, creating a lively and entertaining atmosphere.
Okay, to be fair, that's just my Twitch bio thingy.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, that
okay.
cake dealer and heart stealer thingy. That's just my bio. Mm-hmm.
Well,
So high energy music. It seems about right. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna be like, oof. I thought I was in trouble. Like, what does ChatGPT think of me? Oh my god.
I mean,
I was thinking like it would analyze my videos, but like, oh yeah, this is a suspicious.
it's not that advanced.
streamer
Maybe
right
in the
here.
future, you know.
Yeah, it's
we're
like
kind of in
a
trouble here.
it's like a fucking PI investigator, bro. They just
Yeah.
fucking look through all your fucking
I don't think we're
clips and
there
shit.
yet. Hopefully, we're not there yet. Because
Well, hope for the best, you know. Like shit is getting a little too scary nowadays with AI
It
stuff.
does get a bit scary.
Yeah.
We're a few years off before someone just starts saying, Jarvis, pull me the files in Doomsday Maverick. Thanks.
Dude,
hopefully
no,
by
we're
then
already
it'll still be the same. Honestly.
we're already at the point where AI is taking over fucking doctors' jobs, dude. Like I was talking to a fucking physician about this,
Doctor's
and they literally can read, an AI can read your X-ray and can tell you have fucking like pneumothorax or something in your lungs. It's fucking crazy.
Is it like as accurate as a human? I mean, I know humans make flaws
It
too,
is
but
it is very accurate. It is like, because they had a team of like 5 radiologists like look into it, and they're like, dude, that is way too accurate.
that is
And
really scary.
it's just using information from like the fucking Google. That's it. It doesn't need any other information.
Did
It's
if AI
crazy.
replaces streamers, we are cooked. Because there is like technically a AI streamer, right? Like I forgot what's her name.
I was gonna
She's-
say, yeah,
Yeah.
Nero?
Nero,
Is that
yeah.
what Nero?
Nero-sama. Yeah.
I love Nero.
I was gonna say that.
I love Nero too. Like actually entertaining. Like what kind of advanced AI that is. Holy shit. But yeah. Scary stuff, man. But you know, let's hope for the best as usual. Okay. Do me.
people for it. You
Sorry?
still need people around for the AI stuff. So
You
it's
do,
still
you do.
not too there, but it is impressive and terrifying at the current scale
True.
of things.
Very true.
Okay. That's one thing I do wish to ask. Well, this is more like a personal question, but I mean, from streamer to streamer, yeah. What motivates you to like, you know, being able to do like the same content all the time? Because I know you obviously you sing, right? But there's like a number of songs you could like, you know, you don't want to sing over and over again.
I mean,
So you
let's
try
be
to limit
honest.
that, yeah.
I put the singing in the back burner in the last couple of years. That's not really my main if anything, nowadays it's like an optional thing. Yeah. Yeah. See, this one hasn't seen my streams in a long time.
Hey,
But not your fault. You have a job now. You know, big
Okay.
grown person,
To be fair,
and I
to be
stream at
fair.
I stream at 4 in the morning.
Yes,
So-
yes, that's the one thing. You know, you stream at ungodly hours. And would you like to tell
Yeah.
everyone how your sleep schedule is like? Because you're on the
It
same
is-
time zone as I am. Like right now, it's midnight, past midnight, right?
Yeah.
24,
Yeah.
24 minutes past midnight.
24 minutes past midnight.
How? Okay, my schedule. Do you want like you want like the good version or the real version?
Let's go real, I guess. You know.
Okay, the real version is I don't have one. Yeah. I sleep when I'm tired, just like today. That's why
Jesus
we're
Christ.
late. We started amazingly late, you know. My
Amazingly late,
fault.
but it's okay.
My
it's
bad,
okay.
gang, you know.
You're here. You're here.
So, yeah. I basically just have this. I try to be consistent. I try to be consistent because, like,
Consistency, yeah.
while I stream at ungodly hours,
Hmm.
it's still unnatural for my body, even all these years later, to even wake up at that point. Just imagine,
Mm-hmm.
I will do like normal activities during the day,
Mhm,
and then
mhm.
I would sleep. But my next day literally starts at like 11, 12, or 1 a.m. That's like the next day for me. So, yeah, I start to prepare. I wake up my brain or something. And
Wash your face with
yeah,
that fancy water on TikTok.
um,
Kidding.
Yeah, get a
If you
bowl,
get-
get
if you
a
get a
bowl of
reference.
ice and stick it in.
Yeah. What's up? Bottle
Yeah.
call again? Sarah something. I don't know.
Saratoga, you want?
Saratoga. Yeah. Oh yes.
Okay, that's
yeah.
a bit
The day of a
that's too
streamer.
fancy for my that's too fancy for my blood. But no, I basically just I sit and I wait for my brain to be, you know,
Mhm.
fully functioning. But yeah, to tell you how I do it, I honestly I don't know how I do it. It's still a mystery to me how I
Hmm.
wake up that early. And you know, in an hour or two, I'm basically live in front of people and, you know, doing my thing.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know,
it's crazy.
coffee helps, right? To get that energy in. Because I know you like coffee.
True.
You drink coffee quite a bit.
See, this one doesn't watch my streams.
Hey,
I haven't drunk coffee on stream.
Are we this is
we
disappointing,
explain
bro.
this. We explain
You
this. earlier,
gotta
right?
like analyze the streamers and then like you bring them on. Then you start being like, yeah, I knew about you when you were like this age, bro. Like you gotta be like that.
Yeah, to be fair, I knew
Alright.
more of like the
You're full of hot ones.
the past do me more than you know, right now. 'Cause
That's
again,
fair.
like
That's
the
okay.
timing. Yeah,
It's really I haven't been social much
Mm.
these past couple years, so you know, if the info you had on me is outdated, I do not blame you for it. But to go back into topic, the whole coffee thing, I do love coffee. Don't get me wrong.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing. Love it. I swear, if I get a wound right now and
Wait,
I bleed, it's probably gonna be
I know.
coffee.
Gamer subs.
We're
There you go.
not
Got it.
sponsored.
Still got
Just
it.
to let you
6
know, we are
months
not
ago-
sponsored by
You want to plug in?
GamerSubs.
You want to plug in your code?
Yeah.
What was your code again?
It's code Doomy, DOOMI, for 10% off. There's like a no shipping fee on the 16th of May.
Yeah,
If-
let's
oh.
go. Yeah, use the
Yeah.
code. Do me. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry,
Use
go
my
on, go on.
code TY. So-
You changed me. I'm gonna buy a fucking tub now.
Yeah.
What's up?
About 6 or so months ago, because of wait, no, I was gonna say they're not Asian. I just thought that they were. Okay. A certain friend that you may or may not know actually.
Uh-huh.
I found out that they were still affiliated with GamerSubs because I was
Mhm,
part of the initial. I think one of the people that was affiliated with them before they had a real affiliate program
Right.
years and years ago. Yeah, and then I guess they kind of cleaned out their shelves.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, even after that, somebody would use my code like sparingly, like once a year, and it would still work. So I was like, huh, I guess I was still in the system. And what really drove me to like rekindle that relationship with GamerSteps was I saw a video of Jay Schlatt, right? And you know how these YouTubers are. They put like the
My goat.
they put what do you call it? A sponsored segment, and I
Yeah.
watch through them if I could. If it's not boring, I'll watch through them. But what would happen is, what happened was, I was like, oh, he was talking about gamer subs, and he said something about buying the company, and I was like, wait, hold up, rewind that.
Bring it back. Yes.
You bought the company, so I opened up the a new tab. I searched it up, and I was like, huh. So JSlat owns Gamerships now. Okay, so
Mhm.
I asked Oni. I don't know. You probably know Oni, right? Oni doesn't really get on as much anymore.
Oni Jayu, right? The
Yeah, Oni. Yeah.
red person.
So Oni. Yeah, Oni. That's the person that I thought was an Asian, but I was like, no, Oni's not Asian. So
It's hard to tell. on
yeah.
this platform, like-
Asian themed. Asian themed.
If it wasn't through Oni, I wouldn't have been able to basically rekindle my affiliate thingy
Wow. Okay.
with Gamersubs. Yeah, and now I'm on board, and I would like to say I think I'm doing better than I initially did years ago. So
Hey, props
yeah,
to you, man.
not bad.
That's amazing.
No, yeah,
Shout out
not
to Oni
bad,
as well.
not bad.
Yeah.
True. Shout out Oni. Always lurks in my streams. Crazy.
But yeah, on the topics of what you mentioned about Asians, right? It's generally hard to tell. Like, I know there are many hidden Asians in this platform, right? Like people hiding behind like different accents. Like sometimes, you could tell their accent. If you can just nitpick, that tinge of accent in there. Like, yes, like me. But for you, was it hard for you to like when you first started, right? Did you have an accent?
Have an
Like
accent.
a Filipino accent, right? Because the English Filipino.
I guess people did because there were a couple of Filipinos that I'm friends with to this day. They found me because I just spoke and like, oh, are you Filipino? I'm like, yeah. How could you tell? They were like, yeah, it's really hard, but I heard a couple of words. Yeah, definitely Filipino. I was like, oh, okay.
Bro,
No,
that's
to
how
my
you-
defense.
It sounds disappointed.
Bro, that's how you
Yeah.
know. That's the tribal instincts, bro. That's like me with
Yes.
Vietnamese people.
Really? Could they
Yeah.
tell? Could they tell? Like a lot as well, right? Like
I mean,
sometimes your Malay
I can
accent
tell.
kind of slips out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
it
I
slips
get
out,
pissed,
but I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'll just go full Malay when I'm pissed. You've heard it.
Go poo Malay, yeah.
Oh God.
Does your accent come up when you're pissed? Demi, Azzy?
I could count them in my hand that the amount of times that I got pissed on camera because I
Yes.
get pissed when streaming, okay, because that's the only thing that counts. You know,
Pissed, yeah.
yeah. When I get mad, I get through it really easily because I'm playing a game. I can't
It's like
get
the
pissed
mindset,
by
right?
just
Yeah.
playing VR chat. Yeah, I
Yes,
can't get pissed
of
doing
course,
that. So, I just say a bad word like frick, and then I'm over it.
Do you swear much in
Yeah.
your stream? On that topic?
That's the thing. For some reason, I don't know how or when I cultivated it. I censor myself without me knowing it.
Wow.
I say
that's good. That's
I
good.
say frick and I say heck a lot.
Yeah,
So yeah, but when I'm really mad, that's when the F word comes out. You know,
Effort
like,
comes out. Okay.
yeah, but that's only during times when I, like for example, playing Apex. I knew I could have gotten this one guy, but my aim was just a tiny bit off, and he got me first. That gets me. That gets me.
Oh, it gets you riled
That
up.
gets
Yeah.
me rolling. You
Yeah.
know, that
Yeah.
gets me rolling. You know.
Just drop a tea bag, like yeah.
I'm like kind of surprised that you kind of
Exactly.
like mentally can censor yourself is because like I'm friends with so many Filipinos and like I've only met one Filipino that I thought was like Chinese because he's way too nice. Like this guy, he's like way too nice. He's like super chill, and I've never heard him swear. And I'm saying that I'm
Not
like,
even once.
I'm
Okay.
like, usually Filipinos, they're the ones that like in the fucking hospitals, they're the ones fucking screaming at you, yelling and saying "fuck you" and shit. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm questioning this now. I'm like, curious.
Yeah. How do you?
It's a skill.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's
a
a skill,
genuine
yeah, yeah.
skill to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you
to
basically.
mentally
I
answer.
learned a lot of things just from streaming. Some things I didn't even know I learned. So, yeah, that's one of them. Being able to censor myself without me
Mm.
knowing.
Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. Like us streamers have to really try to adopt, because there are certain words obviously we cannot say on stream, so it kind of just embeds into the mind. Yeah, yeah. When I get
Or
pissed,
if
I just stay
you're
quiet most of the time. Like lock in,
yeah,
kind of quiet.
or
Yeah,
So, are you always
or if you're
pissed?
in my line of work.
Yeah, not exactly. Yeah,
Because you're always quiet.
Yeah,
that is an introvert side of things.
Yeah,
trying to
he's always
talk to you
pissed.
last night. You didn't even respond to me half the time.
What? I was
Exactly.
focused on my
Keep
game,
pissed
man.
all the
I was
time.
trying to talk to you
Yeah.
earlier. I
No,
was
that's just
asking about this
confusion.
avatar, and you just looked at me. I was like, "Oh, so I guess
Hey.
that's okay."
Hey, being quiet doesn't mean I'm pissed, but yeah.
No, you are mad.
It's not
Hey,
mutually
I mean, Aoi
exclusive.
was mad
Okay.
24/7.
Okay.
Yeah, we're mad
True.
24/7. Grr. Stay away from me. Don't talk to me.
Or Angie.
It's okay. It's
Angry all
okay.
the
You're
time.
I know you're pent up from work. It's okay.
Hey,
Just
all,
let it
all the
out.
anger. Yes,
Let it
yes.
out.
Yo,
It might be the work, like not even the work that's getting pissed. It's probably the traffic home. Let's be real.
I take the
We
train,
share a
so that's
country
different.
where the traffic is
Oh yeah.
ridiculous. So, I
see,
mean, even
yeah.
the train on peak hours is ungodly.
It is.
Dude, I've seen like Asian traffic and people like in the United States they're like, oh, California traffic's so bad. I'm like, you want to move to fucking Asia? You want to move to any of these countries? I have the list. And
I'm
it's
just
like
saying, man.
traffic galore.
The craziest traffic I've ever seen is in Vietnam. Just saying,
Oh, my people, we want to die.
You guys, without traffic light, can just, go in the same direction simultaneously without crashing. I'm not sure how like the streets are in the Philippines, but is it equally as crazy as Vietnam? If you've seen what Vietnam looks like in terms of
Well, I've never been to Vietnam. That's the thing. But
yeah.
now that we're talking about traffic, this does take me back from when I was still in college, because back then I don't know how it works with other colleges because I've only been to one, but I was able to choose which classes I could go to.
Uh-huh.
So, I chose classes or my day would usually start with a 10 a.m. class, especially if I'm
Jesus.
coming from my hometown, which I would be doing so if it was the weekend, right? Because from my hometown to the big city where
quite
my
the travel,
campus
yeah.
was,
Mm-hmm.
it's not. That's the whole thing. If the roads were clear, I could be there in maybe an hour or two at most. The thing is, there's a reason why I would choose a 10 a.m. class, and I would wake up at 3 to get there on time, 3 in the morning. So I would wake up at 3, yeah, and I would get ready. I need to be out the gate by 4, walking to the station by 4:10, something like that, because even with everything going well, what would happen is the distance between the bus station and the campus is not a big. It's not far from each other. It's the traffic that gets me. So I would be stuck in maybe I would say 4 hours of traffic, even worse during when I'm going home. So yeah, that usually takes up the amount of time that I take to go to my classes.
Bro, I can see why fucking foreigners want to come to the United States for fucking schooling, dude. Like our traffic is not even bad. Like I can go from where I live to LA to go to a university in 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours. And the max is like a 3-hour traffic going home because we're fighting against everyone who's like coming out from work and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, if Doomy has to wake up early, props to y'all Asians for doing that shit.
Hey,
Like,
I actually
can't do
respect that. Like waking up that early.
There was
just to
no
get
other
ready.
way. There was no other way. Trust me, I woke up late. Like, so I woke up at 4 or something, 4:30 in the morning one time. I got there at noon. And my class was
Noon?
done. Yeah, I got there at noon.
Oh,
Yeah, it was crazy.
Usubillah, sorry. That brought out
that actually
my
hurts
inner.
just hearing, man.
That hurts
It
me.
does. It does. Trust me,
Astaga.
after that day, I was like, damn, so I really need to wake up at 3? Okay. Or else I won't make it. I won't make it in time, at least.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you ever finish university before you started streaming?
No.
No.
Actually,
is that why you
that's the
stopped
whole
then?
thing. Okay, that's the funny thing. Because we all know the things, the amount of mental toll that comes to us when we're in college or something. Heck, even in
Right.
high school sometimes, but not as much as in college. So me streaming was just me taking a break for a year to
For
try
you.
out this thing because
Yes,
I
yes.
wanted to take a mental break, mental break.
I know, I understand
Because
that.
for those
Yeah.
of you who didn't know, I don't want to divulge too much personal information, but I went to college at 15 and I took physics as my major, and I went to, in terms of like Ivy League, the best school in the country. So I thought that was like the way, like I thought
Hey,
that I was
that's
a big shot going there, but that's the thing with like the highest campus. Basically, when you get there, if you were somebody before, everybody's somebody in this campus. So I was, my first year, I was totally humbled by literally every single thing that I experienced there. So yeah, after a couple of years, it took a mental toll on me. I was like, yeah, I was doing okay, but this is getting a bit too much. And that
right,
was
right.
during when I found VR chat. I didn't even stream. I just found it. I
Just
even
save you.
sacrificed, yeah, I sacrificed a day of school just so that I can be in VR chat for 12 hours straight.
Wow.
And that's when I knew, yeah, this thing will change my life.
This is your calling.
This is my, well, it wasn't like my calling, but it was more like, how do I say this? I just knew that this was going to be another door for me to open. Like, not opportunity wise, just another, thing to do. In terms of like finishing the whole thing, I told my parents that I was going to take a break from studying for
Right.
I don't know how long. So of course, being Asian, they weren't happy
They
about
didn't take it
that.
that well, yeah.
So yeah, they didn't take it that well. So they had to, they stopped paying my internet bill, and I just had enough money saved
To
up
support
during a
yourself,
couple of
yeah.
years of, not even, I wouldn't say paying the internet bill is supporting myself, because that's the only thing I did. I just paid the internet bill for like a couple months, and then that was when my return was coming back to me, I guess. So yeah, trust me, I wanted to finish college after like a year. So I started 2018, the whole streaming thing. And I didn't, contrary to popular belief, VR chat did have a hand on it, but it was ultimately streaming that made me take a break.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
yeah, it was streaming. I wanted to try out streaming for a bit, see how I would do at it.
Hey,
And
what can I
that was
say, man?
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you made it, man. Like, come on, today, 46.3K followers on Twitch. Like, that's an insane
is that
number.
how many I have?
If you think about it, yes. It's a very insane
Damn.
number. But yeah,
Maybe 50K this year,
50K, yeah, let's go. Maybe strike more than that, you know?
So,
But yeah,
Let's hope,
before
let's
anything else, any final inputs from Lot before you have to poof for your tournament?
I haven't gotten a ping. I haven't gotten a ping yet from my team.
Okay.
They're all on standby, I think. But I did kind of want to go into, I guess, a bit more regarding the music part of your life, because That's
Shoot
been
it.
that's
Yeah.
been something
Okay.
I've been picking up over the past few years, over
Mhm.
some rougher circumstances, of which Aoi I think knows. But the music has helped me a lot. And I remember part of me enjoying your streams back when I was uh watching you every week or 2 weeks or so back when we first met. I think
Mhm.
just
When
these
was that
sessions,
again?
the
If you can
guitar
remind
session.
me.
Oh man, that was like,
Just
when
give
did
me a
Ash
rough
come out?
estimate of
Whenever Ash came out in Apex, it was around that time. That's a
why
long
would you
time ago.
why would you use that as a
Bloody hell.
time reference?
Apex.
Because I remember that was
What- what-
exactly. I remember that because that was when I last played Apex with you.
Ah,
Right. I
you know
can't
what?
remember what season that was, but props to you, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Ash.
someone in chat, Google it right now.
When did Ash come out?
Yeah, tell us, please.
Mm. Okay. So again, sorry, I got distracted mentally because I thought about Apex. What was your question again? What do you ask? What do you want to ask about the music thing?
Essentially, how has that gone for you? You've gone from essentially taking it as I would say a hobby, right? And then it became a very passionate
Right.
interest. How has that propelled you further from what music usually does?
Well, to be honest with you, the whole reason why music was part of my thing was, again, not to toot my horn, but it was the only thing that I really knew how to do. So I wanted to stream, but I was like, what? I knew people talked in them, but I couldn't do that for the first 3 years. No, 2 years. Yeah. For the first 2 years, I couldn't do that properly. So what was the next thing that I could do? I could sing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There you
Yeah.
go.
These days, though, it's basically in the back burner because from the music, from like a music centered
chat.
stream, I basically transitioned over to an interactive stream. So a more traditional stream where I get to talk to everybody. So yeah, I used to do like these things. It was a really convoluted way. I would talk when I could talk. I talked for like the first hour, and then I sang, and then I talked again. And then I got some feedback like, "Hey, Demi, so the singing great and all that. We like it, but it really ruins the flow of the interaction because we would have some good topics going on, and then I would look at the time like, oh, it's been an hour. It's time for me to
Singing
like
time.
sit down, do some songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, but fair. So I would basically talk for maybe 2 hours. Nowadays I talk for 3. And then I would do the singing after. That really messed me up because I don't know if anybody here has like public speaking or like teaching experience, but generally if you talk for like 3 hours straight, and trust me, I almost talked for 3 hours straight, when you get to that 4-hour mark, you basically, your voice is almost gone. So, and then imagine doing that, and then at the 4-hour mark you have to perform.
You have to sing.
Music. You have to sing.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
it was terrible for the first maybe half a year, maybe first year that I did it. But that really built up like vocal integrity for me. Like I would able to last longer. I could talk more. I could sing more. I mean, there are days that I wish I could just start my stream and sing because that's where I'm at my prime vocally. But can't do that unless people ask me to. That is. So yeah. That's basically the state of the whole singing nowadays. It's still there. I don't think I'll ever let go of it. Nobody before in 2018, 2019, there was a lot of people doing the whole music thing. Nowadays, you don't see anybody doing it.
You're right. Now that you mention it.
The funny thing was, I was part of that crowd too. There was a lot of people doing it, and now I'm one of the few ones who still do it. And I don't think I'll ever let that go. I think it's part of my shtick, part of my DNA.
Yeah.
When it comes to, when it comes to like how I do my stuff, my streams in general. basically me. So,
Yeah. I didn't even
Something
realize
special,
that.
I would
Until you
say,
pointed
yeah.
out. The
Yeah, I
singing.
mean-
I do. I do understand the vocal integrity part because, by the way, I did check the date for when Ash released, November 2nd, 2021. So very long time ago.
2021.
Man, actually
So-
Googled the fucking date. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Okay,
But
that
I
was
do
like-
understand your point
Okay.
about the vocal integrity. Your point these days, whoever does know in the community, I am a shoutcaster for multiple esports games, and I'd have to be on broadcast for like, minimum 2 hours, 4 hours. The longest one I've done was like for official VCT for Malaysia and Singapore. It was like 8 hours because
Yeah, I mean, it's
both
quite the
teams,
resume.
both best of threes,
Crazy.
went all the way on overtimes and all 3 maps, and it was like constant. That was my debut, by the way. The debut day, I had to do an 8-hour, 9-hour broadcast.
Mm.
8 hours
but
long
singing
of like constant. Well, I wouldn't say shouting, right? Were you shouting? I mean, in moments you were. Right?
I'm the play-by-play. I'm the play-by-play caster, so I
Yeah.
do a lot of the hyping. And then
Mhm.
if I need a break, I'll swap into color commentary where I break down the strategies, and I let my co-caster kind of take over.
Right.
So I have this dynamic in my line of work where like I don't always have to be so hype, but it really depends on my casting partner and my process of like thinking about the game and the stakes of the game. Like, if it's like a group stage kind of game, there's not too much hype about it unless there's like very big narratives in there. But if it's like a grand finals game, you gotta make it special.
You gotta, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you have the
do
energy
have
for
to.
it, the voice, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know how you lasted that whole 8 hours, but hopefully water was involved.
Water was involved, vocal training because I take vocal classes the past few years, and also
Mm.
having a good co-caster and producers to manage the breaks and stuff in between.
Ah, okay.
Co-caster. Oh my god, that makes it sound like, for me, like back then when I started streaming as, like a not mute anymore, I needed technically like a second person, so to help me like jump from back to back when I speak, because it's hard, man, like being a streamer and just like talking to a camera. It's like in a way you're like schizo, but again, you're interacting with chat, right? But
It's definitely like a skill. Yeah.
It's a skill.
It's a skill thing. Yeah.
Well, it is a skill thing, but it's like, dude, it's like you do have the cringe feeling in the back of your mind.
Cringe. Yes,
like,
yes.
Like, dude, if like, okay, at least we're
Really?
not doing this in YouTube. Like going outside in public with a fucking camera in your hand, and you're like, "What's up, guys? Azzy VR
guys?
here," and then everyone's like, "What the fuck is that guy doing over there?"
I guess so. Okay. In my perspective, I never had the cringe feeling because, I mean, community-wise, I actually prefer to be alone on my streams. Yeah, all these years, I don't really do, what do you call them? Collaborations. Yeah.
Collabs,
yeah, I think my collabs, I can fit it in a couple of fingers in one hand in the past 7 years. Yeah. So, I guess that makes no collaborations hosted on my channel is what I meant.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. So, to me, because when you're in front of the camera, VR chat, and you're talking to your audience, they're there for you. So like, they're either there or they're not there. So, I guess I never really had like a cringe feeling because I'm just there, and the people who are watching me usually are there for me. So I just do my best to be entertaining, be something that they can put on the background, maybe,
I think it's more on the side of, some people rely on, jumping back and forth, like the interaction, active interaction. Because I know, in some days where your chat isn't as active, so you really have to start like, what's the word? Is it improvising the right word to use? Improvising and, like just say topics out of your head. But, there's only so much you can say and not sound
That's
like
the
you're
whole
repeating
thing.
yourself, Yeah.
That is why VR chat is so good when it comes to like these types of streams, because sometimes you don't need to say anything. Proof is like the mutes. They talk or they type, but most of them they say a couple words and then they act. So as a
just be
yapper.
quirky, dude. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Just be
Yeah, as a
quirky.
yapper, I have the luck that I could speak, but if I ever needed to, like what you said, you know, if the chat is like going slow, I can just, you know, I can just shake it, and
Right.
you know, up until people talk again, and that's a thing. So
Okay.
yeah,
But you know, I think for me, it's like whenever it goes silent, right? Like I find it kind of awkward, like personally. Like even when you're playing a game, let's say like a single player game, and not on VR chat, right? Like you're constantly commentating on things. But the moment it goes silent,
yeah,
I feel
right.
like, oh shit, I run out of things to say, and it's like super awkward when it's just quiet, purely silent, you know? So
Crickets.
Exactly.
that's where I cringe the most, you know? Yeah.
I guess I do have like a sort of like an icebreaker thingy. Usually, what it's questions that really bring people out. That or greetings. So basically, if your chat is quiet, you basically ask them a question, let them ask you a question. Usually, the second one doesn't work. It's the first one that works. Or you do like a check on them, like, oh, hello. You know, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's your
Lickers,
stream.
lickers.
You are responsible for letting it, you know, how it goes.
Hi.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cringe if you're basically fueling that train, making it go. It's not cringe. You do what you can, basically. You do what you can. So, yeah, it's
Okay.
I guess it's like second nature to me sometimes. So
Yo.
because of all these years of streaming.
I think my way of doing that, like to bring out the lurkers mostly, is to say something really questionable to the point they have to type. Like, huh? What? Okay.
Like,
That's my
huh?
way of doing it. Yeah.
What do you say?
I guess.
Just out of nowhere, just say, oh, my cock is just 4 inch long. And then the lurkers will start popping
What
up.
the
It's a joke, but you know, yeah, the really
Oh
questionable
my
things
God.
to say.
This guy.
Yo,
Howie, you're not fighting the allegations of what you just said, bro. Like,
hey man,
it's not happening.
I clarify that it's a joke, man. Easy.
It's a joke.
ChatGPT, write that down right now.
Don't
ChatGPT,
put
put it
that
down.
Jarvis, give me the file size and his cock size. Thanks.
Hey Jarvis, delete
Fucking
that.
analyze the fucking circumference and diameter of
Don't
that
put
shit.
that shit, please. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's how I do it.
mean,
Yeah.
to me, here's one thing you can do, right? So that it doesn't, because it's like sickness, you know. I don't like being sick. Nobody does. What I usually do is when I feel a hint of being sick, I just pop the medication needed for it. You know, usually the I think people call it paracetamol. You know, because if I'm feeling feverish, if you pop it already, you know, it's already in your system fighting the thing. Same with like, I guess, you know, like dead air. No, dead air is like, no. I guess like a quiet chat.
Uh-huh.
You basically, what you can do, which is super simple, is you already have topics that you know you want to talk about on a certain day, and you basically start with that, because it only takes a couple of people to speaking
feel
about
like-
something that they really
yeah.
like, yeah, to really get things going. Though, granted, you do need like, you know, probably a bigger viewership for this to work.
Definitely,
Maybe
yeah.
I would say in your 30s, 40s, maybe 50s. If you're in your hundreds, then you're chilling. You don't even have to talk. If you're in your hundreds
That's
of
true.
viewers, you just you know, basically just you shake it,
Stop
they're
it.
happy. Yeah,
It's like jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Pay
exactly,
attention.
exactly. Mhm.
Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, dog instincts. My fault.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's really true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, so
But yeah,
Hmm.
that's how it is, you know.
it still requires that skill nonetheless. Sorry. I know Azzy is sick right now, so whenever he doesn't talk, it's like coughing. But for my POV, whenever he coughs, it kind of looks like he's like dabbing, although, you know, like so it's so fucking
'Cause, like,
funny too.
You know, you
Because
can
I've
just
learned.
cough You can just
'Cause I
cough normally with your mic muted. You don't need
No,
to.
I know I'm because I work in the fucking urgent care and fucking orthopedic clinic, so I have to. So I'm
Ah,
so used to doing that, and I've been doing
mm,
the Dracula fucking dab since elementary time.
I see,
Chocolate
I
that.
see. Fair, fair.
I'm saying this here. If I visit you, Aoi, and I get sick, I'm blaming you, bro.
Huh? What,
Sorry.
what
I'm
was it?
blaming
What?
you. You're the
Really?
reason why I got sick.
Wait, I don't know, man. You know, if Lulu got sick coming here, you're gonna get sick somehow.
We both work. Yeah, me and Lulu
Yeah,
both
yeah.
work in the medical field, and we still got sick. I don't get that.
It is so funny to see like my foreigner friends come over to visit only to get sick for the entire trip and unable to cure themselves until they go back to their mainland, which is just insane to me, you know.
Yeah. Gotta wear those masks, you know.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So lot. It's
Quick,
almost
a
midnight.
quick
Oh, it's
update.
almost
Yeah,
midnight.
quick
Yeah.
update. I believe my team is dropping out
Huh?
because
Huh?
Oh no.
Oh no.
no, because the thing is that okay. So my team right now, four of them are competing in another tournament, and they already got their match delayed earlier. They were supposed to play around 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
But they only started playing around 10 plus, right? So we were just kind of managing the schedule, and the other team fought them really, really hard. So they got really, really tired, and they were just waiting and waiting and waiting for this match to be played. And unfortunately, this match is like 1 o'clock in the morning NA time. So I think like four of them are cooked, and our other DPS player has kind of disappeared, which is our sub. So we were already down a man out of a proper team. So
Oh,
I think we're
goodness.
dropping out, which means that we just have to focus then on our next tourney stuff, which would be the Marvel Rival Championship bracket.
Man, you have
So,
lineup tourneys, bro. But you know, hey, at
Bro,
least
yeah, we need
that
to
used to be
practice.
me.
We need to practice. Yeah, we need to practice.
Bro, that
Okay,
used to
so I
be
think we
me,
drop
bro.
out.
I
In
hate
which
the
case, I'm
I
here.
hate the
I'm
time
stepping in.
shit. hmm
the time shit, the time
Wait,
zone.
well, no, because you're Asia time playing against NA time, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's kind of
that's the
ridiculous, isn't
worst. It's terrible. So I've had a similar experience when I was competing. I played against European time, and they had the advantage because they were playing in the afternoon where they were
Mhm.
already warmed up and stuff. I was having to wake up early in the morning to practice, and I was already dead tired. I was like, dude, this is gonna be like an unfair match,
Yeah,
and it
what
was
can
a
I say,
close
man?
game. And then that's why I'm like, well, technically that was a $10,000 freaking prize pool too. I got mad. I
Oh,
got mad
well,
when
that
we
changes
lost.
everything,
I got
man.
mad we actually lost. Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm sorry, man. Like 10K? Fuck.
I
If it
could
was
have been
split amongst the
rich.
team, like how much would you have gotten if you won, I guess?
I would have gotten $2,000
Oh
for
man.
myself,
Damn,
and
that
we don't even
sucks,
have a
dude.
coach. I would just get the 2 grand right there.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. On the topic of time zone. I know Doomy, you cater to its was it EU audience, perhaps, since you started like 4 in the morning out time?
It used to be NA, and then I
It used to
went
be
to
NA.
EU, and I'm a hybrid of both, actually.
Do you see the
Yes.
difference, like NA and EU audiences? Like, what's the
Uh,
you know?
EU and NA audience differences. EU. When I was getting more to the EU viewer base, a lot of them usually they struggled with like English, I guess,
Uh-huh.
but they watch me either way. So yeah,
Struggle with English. Okay.
like they knew how to basically converse in English, but like the whole complex thingy. Sometimes I would go into either like a rant or like I would go into a topic that I'm kind of passionate about, and I'm just basically like spitting words like 1,000 times a minute, and they were like, "Wait, okay, slow down."
So,
Hold on.
slow down.
So, yeah. But the EU, I would say, I think EU people are really loyal to the people that they support. Like,
Mm.
there was a time that I streamed late, maybe like I was 4 hours late, but people in my EU time zone. They still
Mm,
came. Heck, to this day, I don't really stream on like an EU, a strictly EU viewer base, but people from like my EU time still come and watch my stream
True.
no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
I
mm.
yeah, I kind of agree with that because I know most of my audience are like EU based more than NA.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do see them around quite a bit. Okay, okay. So
Shout out
technically,
to all the EU homies.
shout out to EU
Exactly.
homies. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
But Lot, I know you stream mostly. You cater towards the Asian time zones, right? But have you ever
I
experimented
do.
like streaming in like EU time zone?
Uh, oh, what's the conversion again? I have
It's like
actually
6 hours behind, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the times that I have actually flipped over my schedule to stream really really late at night
Mm.
is during the month of Ramadan, because sometimes I'll just be up and I'd wait until the time I have to go eat
So you just
my
stream
sahur.
for the heck of it. Okay. Right?
Yeah, or like there was a time where I actually did just stream like 4 hours before I had to eat, which was
Mm.
essentially like right now. Like I would start to stream like right now, like 1 o'clock in the morning,
Mm.
and then just stream until like 4 or 5. And then that's
Okay,
it.
okay. All right, all right.
So it's
I
like
mean-
any EU compliant.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
he's just waiting to break fasting, bro. That's all he's doing.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just
waiting to
always
eat.
something to
I'm
do,
waiting
yeah.
to eat to go fast. Yeah.
My guy's like, I'm not. He's like, I'm not waiting. I'm not gonna sleep this shit off. I'm just gonna fucking stream.
I was gonna stream. Yeah. I mean, like, what else can I do in the morning? Because sometimes I'm just up because like that month is really rough, right? Ramadan month is rough, and everyone that takes part in it knows, because you go from regular eating days, regular eating hours, to shifting it over instantaneously within a day.
Mm.
To eat within like 4 or 5 in the morning, at least for Malaysia. Like you're eating at like 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Before 6, you fast all the way until 7:20 plus, and then you repeat that cycle. So if
Yeah,
you're already
that sounds
eating
so
like
exhausting to me.
three times a day,
Mm.
yeah, if you're already eating like 3 times a day or like in a different hour, it's really rough to try and turn it over. Easily, you can get sick within that first week, and usually that is
Yeah.
the case for a lot of people.
Hey, on the topic of
That's not even like mine. That's not even like my fasting too. Sorry, Ali.
no, it's okay, it's okay. Like on the topic of fasting, right? I know Doomy here. Sometimes you don't eat, bro.
I
You have-
forget. That's
you-
I don't. It's not
Forget.
that. I forget to
Forget.
eat. I'm busy.
You-
Yeah.
I
so
know, but I know you told me that you haven't ate for like almost an entire day.
that is true. That is
when
the
was the
case
last time you
today as well.
Oh goodness.
Last time I ate was. You want the truth? Oh, maybe
Yeah.
about 16 hours ago.
Jesus. Do you not feel like
uh,
physically hungry? I mean, if you think about
I
it right
do.
now, you do feel hungry, right?
I do, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, hunger, it comes in waves.
in
Normally,
waves.
especially when you eat, it comes in waves. If you get to enjoy like the peak of the hunger, it will just subside really, really fast. And sometimes when you're hungry in like in the middle of the day, even though you know you ate, my advice is drink a glass of water. Sometimes it's just thirst. You're just thirsty. Really.
Yeah, I guess water does help.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Mhm.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. That's like
Man.
me at work. Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm usually like, okay, I used to not eat or drink Actually, I have this bad habit, and I know I'm gonna get fucking kidney stones, and I'm just saying this obviously
Oh my
because
God.
I do it poorly. I don't know how I'm alive, but I can go through a whole day of work speaking to patients, like from fucking 12-hour shifts and shit, right? Not a sip of water, and I'll be fine. My voice doesn't get dry, nothing. I'm just fine.
This
I come home and I'm like not
saliva
even
helps.
thirsty.
That's
Exactly.
all
That's
you
not a
drink
good
is saliva.
example for your patients. That's not
It's
a good
not.
Hey,
example.
be-
they don't have to
gotta
know.
be
They
tip-top
don't have
shape,
to
man.
know. They don't have to know. It's okay.
Who's gonna take care of you if you
But-
get sick?
You gotta practice what you preach, type of thing, you know,
buddy,
especially
yeah.
like in the medical field. Mm-mm.
No. That's the opposite, bro. That's the entire like half the doctors, they're like on energy drinks. They're like, oh yeah,
Oh.
you shouldn't be drinking like Coke Zero. Drinks a Coke Zero.
I do
Coke
whatever
Zero
I
is not an
want.
energy drink.
No, but like I'm saying, like some doctors will say, like I'm making an example. Sorry, I swapped
Oh,
my topics quickly. I'm
okay.
making an
Oh,
example.
okay.
Like a doctor is preaching, they're like, okay, you shouldn't be drinking this soda or like drinking Coke Zero because it's really bad for you. Next thing you know, they walk back to the fucking
Mm,
their cubicle, open
Sips
up a
the
can of
Coke
Coke
Zero.
Zero, and start sipping.
You
mm.
just hear the
What?
can open, like hidden away from your view. You just hear the can open. You don't even need
Yeah.
to question it.
The best thing I've ever heard from a doctor say to a patient is this: "Have you taken a walk today?" And I was like, "What the fuck is this conversation happening?" And next thing you know, they're like, "You should take a walk." Doc, my house is getting destroyed. I'm losing all my real estate. Take a walk. It'll help.
Hey,
I'm
take a
like,
walk.
You know what?
take a walk.
Get some
I'm
Honestly,
like,
I
vitamin
think
okay.
D's.
the insight to that is I get why the doctor is telling
Yeah.
the patient to walk. It really clears up your mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if the doctor was a therapist or something like that, like maybe a
No, he's
psychologist.
he's a psychiatrist. Yeah.
Okay,
It
yeah,
was
there you
kind of
go.
funny when I heard it though.
Walks do have true.
It applies
Honestly,
to streamers too, technically, you know?
yeah. All you really
Yeah.
have to do is walk, and it basically clears up a lot of mental things. So
Mm,
yeah, good advice actually. Good advice. I mean,
mm,
sadly, it does sound kind of funny that in that context, but yeah, that's pretty solid advice to hear from a psychiatrist if you're having
Re-
like troubles.
Remember, if you're having a divorce, take a walk.
take
If
a
you
walk.
if your
Exactly.
food
Hey,
tastes like ass, take a walk.
Exactly.
nature will
Helps in
help you clear your mind.
digestion.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Helps in
Forget about
digestion
things.
too.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hmm.
actually, speaking of digestion, I have a question for you, Doomy, because this is
Oh
usually an
no.
Asian problem. Okay, okay. Do you have digestive issues? As well
On
as
a
you don't
regular
eat.
basis?
No, on like the pet. Yeah, I'd say it
No.
like in general. No?
No, actually, no.
Digestive issues.
It depends on what kind do you mean by
Mm.
what do you mean by
Is
digestive issues?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Please
okay.
elaborate.
Like, do you
Like
have
lactose
like lactose
intolerance?
intolerance or
No,
like
I
any
chug
Nay.
milk all the time.
What the fuck? Am I just a fucking
Hey, maybe
am
you
I the
just
fucking
want a
You
Asian,
batch
got
bro?
that was
you
nerfed, you
got
know? I'm kidding. But
okay. I don't have
One
lactose
is nerfed.
intolerance.
Bro,
yeah, it's a
I'm the bad litter, I guess. Damn.
Maybe you got dealt a bad card.
you don't play that way,
Your
but
gene, your gene ain't working.
everyone has their own
Yeah,
nerfs, you know? Yeah. I get hungry all
true.
the time, man. Like food is just
Some
never
more than
enough.
others.
Yeah, yeah,
Quite.
Yo, but hey, again, in the topic of like taking care of yourself, right? Like, come on, man. As a streamer, you have to eat well and sleep well, Mr. Doomy, because you have to be at
I
your best.
try.
You try.
I try.
You
It's
try.
just the problem is not me. The problem is there's only 24 hours in a day.
I know, but
I would like to do everything,
okay,
but
let's
I forget. Yes.
okay, let's cut it down first. Okay, like you stream.
Yeah.
How long are your streams usually?
3 is the intended amount of time, but
Okay.
usually it extends to 4, sometimes 5 if I could.
Okay, let's say if you go for 5 hours long, what do you do for the rest of the day?
Mm.
You gotta eat, right? You gotta shower. You gotta you could go for a walk. You have like so much time,
I wind
unless
down.
you're doing editing and stuff,
I
right?
exercise. I
Yeah.
edit and I exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to eating?
I forget. See, I forget. Yeah.
Jesus
I
Christ, man.
edit. I socialize. I edit, and then I sleep because how I do my streams. I have the benefit of being able to talk to my audience and not just shake. Heck, I could just mute my mic and just be another mute streamer and
Hmm.
do that. It would be way easier for me, but I don't want to do that because I want to be a bit more different.
Of course.
So because of that, because of like my streams highly interactive nature, it is mentally taxing to me to do my streams. That's why I only
Mentally
stream like
taxing.
4, sometimes mostly 3 hours, 3 times a
okay.
week. Yeah, because after my streams, including like the whole singing, other than the physical I don't want to call it burden. Other than the physical tiredness, I'm more so mentally tired than physically. So
Okay, okay.
I'm just recuperating. I'm just chilling. You know, I'm
No, I
sitting
get it. I
down.
get it. Yeah.
I'm yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even when I did or when I do broadcast work, oddly enough, I'm not tired from doing all the vocal work. I'm just mentally drained, just taxed out. It's just draining to, I think, consistently be like thinking about, like, for stream it's like, okay, you have to think about stuff to talk about,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
if you're working your own chat, you know, you're kind of eyeing the chat, modding it
Yeah.
slightly. It's not, because, you know, most of the time, especially for people from a certain range of viewership, you don't have a constant mod to be there, and oftentimes if they do, likely they're not paid, and so it feels very unfair to even do that to one of your friends.
Right.
So you're like managing the chat, and then, you know, you're managing
That's
the
why we have
content
Mr.
internally.
Presto. Mr. Presto is like an
Yeah.
eternal mod. If Mr.
Yeah.
Presto gets to like you, and he agrees to be your mod,
He will be
Mr.
there.
Presto
Yes.
is like
He
I think
lurks, he
Mr.
lurks,
Presto
yeah.
is the closest person that I know to be omnipotent. Like he's basically just everywhere. You know, like, hello, Mr. Presto, are you here?
Ah.
And then what he would usually say is like, yo, the 7TV yo emote.
Hey,
So
even right now, Presto is lurking. I
yeah.
see him. You know, he's there.
Yeah,
He's everywhere.
Prestington.
Like Christ. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
so this Presto, there's another OG one, Bob. Bob's the OG.
Bob Sue. You guys know who that is? You know, you might see them around bigger streamers.
Oh
but
yeah, true. I don't get to see that person as much anymore. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think Bob
Yeah.
has kind of been been busy and stuff like that. So it's good. I started to notice like a lot of people are very dedicated to being a moderator, and like it's ultimately, like you said, Doomy, it's volunteer work. And well, actually, never mind. Scratch that.
In
Yeah,
agreement.
In agreement. Yeah.
Sorry.
But at the same time, I think it's still humbling to say like a lot of these people actually care, and their way of caring about their friends is actually supporting them in doing that volunteer work and moderate and moderate. And I think it's like, you know, you don't get to see that type of person because it takes a lot for someone to do that. It takes a lot.
That's true. It's hard to find someone like that, to be honest. Someone will come on to every of your stream, just be there and modding. Even lurking is just fine, you know. If they pop in from time to time, it's you know,
Exactly.
it's more than enough. Yeah. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, wait, are we?
Hmm?
We got any Asian questions for Doomy?
Oh, Asian questions.
Asian questions. Not exactly, because look, this guy plays instrument. He goes to a very prestigious university that ticks off most of the boxes. Yeah.
Takes off what?
I did.
I don't know what else I could really ask regarding to that.
I was in the science field,
Yeah.
not in the
Science.
medical though.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know,
science.
it works. It still works.
Still Asian. Yeah.
Still successful,
Yeah.
you know, in your own field. It works.
I guess.
All right.
Dude, I became the Asian stereotype, bro. Like oh,
Doctor.
you become doctor.
You become doctor.
I'm going to become doctor.
Yeah, you're on that path becoming. Rooting for you, man. You got
I don't
this.
know.
You got this.
I don't know how I do it, bro. 17 hours, 17 credit hours of school, which is like full-time school, like max full-time school, while working part-time and streaming if I can. I don't know how I do it sometimes. I don't know.
Balancing is hard. I'm working on that as well with my
It's insane.
recent job. Yeah.
I can't balance for the life of me, because it's
No, you
like
can,
I
you
have
can.
so much shit. It's hard. Like, it's just hard. I have so much shit on my plate. It's like, what? I have exams coming up in the next 2 weeks. Or that's one thing. Casting work, and I'm back to being a professional player. I am looking for editing work. Then I have to hunt for a university.
Okay.
It's... What else? Guitar lessons, vocal lessons.
That's a lot. But
It's
look,
a lot in 1 week.
if you feel like overwhelmed, it's always good to write things down, you know? Just, you know, list things
That's
down,
true,
like take it step by step. It will help, definitely. No matter how insane your list may be, it will it will help you along the way. Yeah. And extremers should do that too, you know, when it comes to eating as well. You know, set yourself a time to eat.
Just
We've
eat on
already
stream, bro.
established
Just do me. Just do a mukbang. That's like the most Asian thing that we
Mukbang.
can do now. Just
I
do
don't eat a
mukbang on
lot.
stream.
I only eat like once a day. I can't do mukbang streams. I don't even like eating that much.
Okay, eating once a day, you're saving quite a bit as well. Like for me, I need 2 meals a day.
It's
I get
saving
hungry
quite a
fast.
bit.
True.
Where save it? They're in Asia, bro. They don't, dude. You don't
Look,
need to save.
What do you mean they don't
What do
need
you
to
mean?
save?
Your food is like 50 cents. I paid
He's
like
not
12
anymore.
bucks for my bowl of
He
rice.
still has to pay for bills.
Not
Look, he's
anymore.
self-sustainable, you know.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
It's how do I say this? It's more expensive now, I
Oh.
guess. I mean, it's been rising in prices for the last couple
All
of
right,
years.
let me get into this because I studied economics. So, as
Go
a
for it, my man. Go for it.
cost of living has increased via, if we look at the graphs, I don't have a graph, but if we look at a graph and pretend I'm pointing at a graph,
Jarvis,
even though I
bring
don't
out
have
the graph.
Jarvis, bring up a graph.
Yeah,
So, okay,
just up
But
here.
for real, cost of living so far in the past few years of Asia has been increasingly tough. You got
Right.
problems with housing, you got problems with buying food, you got problems with like getting groceries even on the weekly. You can easily spend, like at least for us in terms of our money for ringgit, you can easily spend several hundreds of ringgits just for groceries for a few weeks. Equivalent to let's say like okay,
USD.
if I'm gonna convert,
Convert it in
to
USD. Yeah.
Mm.
if I'm gonna convert it in USD, let's say I spend like maybe 800-ish. Sorry, not 800. Maybe I spend like 500-ish ringgit on groceries. That can translate easily to like maybe 180 to 220 plus USD. And granted, that is cheap on the conversion. Conversion for cost of livings per item in the States, you would be spending the equivalent of maybe 300 plus USD as well.
It's up there.
Like,
It's up there,
just
man.
because of how
It's-
cost of living
it's-
works.
It's up there. Well, I do live in an expensive state, so it's like my cost of living is even worse than everything else. But
I guess how it really comes down to is the amount, it's wages. That's why we have like the
Yeah.
whole power parity thing and the currency exchange. It's because
Mhm.
while to you, an American who gets like
An American.
minimum maybe 2.2k USD, and that's probably low for you, you know, for minimum wage. If you transfer that amount of money over to any Asian country, it will be so much. But the thing is, your cost of living is higher because you earn a higher salary. Cost of living here is lower because we mostly earn a lower salary. I think the minimum wage for an office worker here in my country is $500 a month. Imagine that.
what the fuck?
See?
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah, no,
I get
actually,
paid like
it's about
dude.
it's about
Bro,
We
balance.
get paid more than that. What the hell?
Yeah, it's about
For-
balance. You know.
For
So-
Malaysia, we only recently had a law that was put in about I think maybe 2 months back for the increase of minimum wage, which went from a regular minimum wage of 1,200 ringgit, which is fucking like I'll do the conversion in a bit. To now, which is 1,800 ringgit to USD, is 400 bucks a month.
Bloody
That's our
hell.
minimum wage.
From when? From how
Yeah.
much? Now it's 400. Before it was what?
Before it was 1,200 MYR to USD, so that is 274 USD.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, those are really
That's like
sad numbers,
half.
man. It's
I
really
know.
sad numbers. You
It-
can't
it-
you can't
it is.
travel anywhere with that kind of
You
money.
know,
You save up for fucking 5.
all
10
of this
years.
like all of this talk of like earning makes me want to just go live right now. I need
like, yeah, start the grind, start the grind.
I-
Just
I
farm
need to
the ad
grind.
revenue.
Hey, you wanna plug
I
in your
need
gamer
to
subs
grind.
again?
Yeah.
Hey, use Yumi's code.
Hey, well, Twitch does have the stream together thing, so even if you did go
Exactly,
live, just put us
right.
in,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't shake my booty here. There's no water.
Yeah.
It's right.
We'll turn the
We got
blind eye.
mineral water.
Yeah.
We got mineral
this.
water.
Even if you like put it there, it's not gonna fill. Yeah, a lot of people like that technicality. Like, oh, somebody would come to my stream like, why are you wearing a bikini? There's no water. I was like, what?
There's some water there.
What? Okay.
Points to the back of
I
the
mean,
scene at the beach.
fair enough. But
Dude,
come on, dude.
That's like
Technicalities.
that's so stupid.
Exactly.
You know what's the other thing that I hate is hearing like someone come into my chat or something. They're like, oh, you're a guy. I'm like, yeah. So that fucking problem. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, like I don't know what goes through
Female
people's
Avi,
minds to like just
dude
flat
voice.
out shit.
What?
I just think that a lot of people who come in like that, and that's exactly the first thing they say, they're definitely not part of the VR chat sphere, because anybody who's part of the VR chat sphere would know better. If anything, they
VTubers
see.
do, no?
I don't know about
Yeah.
VTubers, because I wouldn't know, because I wouldn't class myself as a VTuber. But literally anybody who has a couple hours in VR chat, I would say maybe like a couple dozen hours, when they see for a stream for a very first time, female avatar, and then they click, and then they have a guy voice, like a guy, full on guy, not like corpse
Yeah.
husband, but like, you know, guy voice. They get excited, you know. That's like,
Yeah,
What's,
whoa.
what's up, baby
Whoa.
girl? What's
What's up, baby girl?
Exactly.
Hey, what's up, baby girl? You play Valorant?
You play Valor? No, are you a legal like? Are you jungler? Are you
You
mid
duo with me?
laner?
You know, duo with me, I'll buy you a new skin.
Hey,
God
hey, baby
almighty,
girl,
save me.
you wanna just queue with me? Like,
Exactly.
Hey, the voice thing does play a major part when it comes to streaming. 100%.
I honestly, Valorant, sorry, VR chat didn't have the issue with the voicing. It had the whole thing with like the female Avi, male Avi thing.
Right,
female
right.
voice,
Yeah.
male voice,
Yeah.
and all the
Good
in
thing I don't
betweens
play
whichever
that
gender,
game.
which
Sheesh.
I don't care
I mean-
about. But like for Val, it's like I swear to God, ever since Val came out, there's been an overly like genuine increase of voice fetishization content.
dude, I know.
Like
that.
like
What
that's
the-
just spiraled out of control.
Mhm.
Where it's like that
it's so
game's
bad.
that game's like ratio, like the pie chart of like that game's like player base. They only stick in like swift play just to find their mommies and their daddies. Like it's
It's
Huh?
plagued with
cannot.
those.
I cannot.
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's bad,
What?
dude.
Mommies and that. Maybe I need to download it.
You definitely can make content there, but you know, it's like
you
the
can make
king of
content on
content.
Valorant.
I'm
It's,
very
it's
What game
actually
was it?
kind of funny.
Valorant? You know what? I
Valorant.
changed my mind. I just remembered that it was Valorant. Never
It's-
mind. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Rivals is enough to deal with. I don't want to play two like brain rot games at a time. I'm sorry.
Hey,
For
fair
people
enough.
who
No,
play
my
it,
my
you know
my,
how it
my
is.
OG brain rot, fucking Counter Strike, dude. You go in there, it's always a Russian guy screaming at you in Russian, and I'm like, yes,
It's my type
that's
of
what I
game.
want to
You
hear.
know what? I actually have really good experiences in Counter Strike CS:GO.
Exactly. See,
It was no. This was like 8 years ago though, so I don't know how
Oh,
the market
never
is
mind.
right now. Like before I found VR chat, I was an avid CS:GO player. Yeah,
Mm.
crazy. I'd be I'd be what they call the in-game leader most of the time, even with the randoms. My strat is to basically make the stupidest plays possible because the other team would be tactical. But if
Okay.
you're not tactical, they're not gonna expect you to be hiding in a corner and drop a smoke at yourself. See, it's crazy. It works. It's super good. But yeah, most of the people that I play with, they're either super nice, probably because they're from the Asian region, so everybody's just trying to be nice to everybody. Don't know about other regions, but
nah, NA, we're assholes.
No.
We're assholes to each other.
I don't know how you get Russians though, but over here, because if you look at the timeline, not the timeline, the map, we get Russians, like authentic Russians, because there's
They're fake
like
ones.
the times like
Yeah.
well, it's more like there's Russians probably that go to other like they go to
like
other
on
servers to
purpose.
play.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these people, like, this is their servers, you know, the Korean servers or whatever they want to call it, because if there's like this whole swath of area that's like just part of Russia that's closer to like the Asian region.
Mhm.
So I
Mm.
usually actually got Russians in my game, and they were actually really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, a lot of Russians are nice. It's only when you start playing like a dumbass and they start screaming at you in Russian. But
I
like how
guess
okay,
so.
so like how you were wondering how I got to play with Russians is because I had my majority of friends who played CS were Europeans, and I
Mm.
always queued European CS. So my ping was always in the hundreds, and
Damn.
that's how we got to queue with Russians. And like a lot of my friends have always told me that like you have NA aim, but you have EU game sense, which is kind of good because if I play against EU
NA
players, I
aim.
out aim everyone. Yeah, it's an actual thing. So
Oh.
in North America, Counter-Strike, we're purely dominant in our aggression, but we lack our patience. If you play EU or anywhere in like Europe or Asia, everyone is very smart and patient. They like, aim-wise, y'all suck. I will say that. Like if I want to put
We
NA
can die.
stats, no, if I want to put NA stats to EU stats, like I'm not saying like professional. I'm saying like average player. Like there's more people in the United States that want to get better at aiming, while EU players have a higher aptitude to wanting to get better at just the game itself. And that's like what I've noticed in Valorant too. Like
Right.
Valorant is predominantly NA. So, well, as of right now, it's shifting towards Asia really.
Yeah, 'cause the Asia aims harder even.
Yeah.
The language barrier is our issue, but like besides
Mhm.
language barrier, we just aim really, really, really hard.
They're fucking demons, man. Like I swear. You know,
Yeah.
I really agree with what you said because when it comes to like playing on NA servers, like you can really tell the difference. You know, I mean, even
Yeah.
for EU servers, like if you switch in between like from Asia to EU or NA, I feel like
Mhm.
it's less sweatier in EU or NA.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
seeing that difference is crazy to me. I never realized
That's
how
I
much I've
went
suffered in the Asian server.
going back to
Yeah.
Apex, right? I had a blast playing at 350 ping German servers.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know how or what they do over on those servers, but like I was beaming people left and right. I was like, how are you this? I'm 300 ping.
Yeah.
Why do you lose 1v1s to me? And I was like, oh, because I
Or-
play in Asian servers. I see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Valorant.
You just kind of
Dude,
try hard.
Dude, Asians are just naturally born gamers, dude. You put your child on the computer, all right, he's already a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
for real.
mean-
Like it's really funny. Back when we used to grind like Apex, I would
Yeah.
pop over onto the NA servers just because like oh man, how am I feeling today? Do I want to go up against people of like equal skill within like the
Yeah.
rank, or do I want to shortcut my ranking today? I want to shortcut my ranking. I'm gonna Q&A.
Dude,
Enjoying
that's like
the
the
game
same
as
thing.
intended.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Just in
like
the NA
when I
servers.
was playing CS:GO in the beginning, like I said, I always queued EU, and I noticed like okay, like I'm a global in EU, and then I swap to an NA server and I'm playing global, everyone's like stupid. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I actually question myself. I'm like, dude, this is North America. Like, how are you guys not able to fucking hold an angle?
Mhm.
And then I realized it's like there's a like it's a whole different bracket, and I think that's like the biggest I don't know how to say it. I guess the mindset or the atmosphere is different in
Still
gaming in different
Yeah.
countries.
Mhm.
It is, yeah, it is. It very much is. I think from what I've seen in Valorant, especially, and even Rivals now, Asia is a lot of like mechanical skill, right? Like, and anyone that plays their hero or whatever that their role that is that they want to do, they play it really, really well because of their mechanical skill alone. Their game sense will come second, but it's not as crazy as say like EU's game sense. EU is so very like slow, very like they take their time.
Mhm.
They're very game sense heavy, right? NA is kind of the in between. But because NA has a higher volume of players, you'll find that the graph of like bad players that you can run into is like
It's higher.
huge, is large.
Yeah.
So the average rank of like NA becomes the top end rank of like the average rank of NA becomes a very, very niche, like tiny part in what the Asia's ranking system would be. Like our plats would be like your diamonds.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Mm. On
Yeah,
the
I
topic
see,
of
I see.
Marvel Rivals, I only played
Just need my
2
table.
characters in
Oh, 2
Marvel
characters.
Rivals. Yeah. I
Same
want
category or
Lot
like
to guess, sort of, I guess. I want Lot to guess the 2 characters that I play in Marvel Rivals. It's just 2 of them.
yeah, and don't say Jeff.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
play Jeff. I don't do support at all. So you can,
Oh,
you
there you
can
go.
basically.
That cross out support.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
that
just-
I hope
that
you-
makes it even better. Actually, I was like
Mhm.
thinking like, do
Okay,
you
so
play
you
support
don't
then?
you
or,
don't
like-
play support. Okay.
I don't play support.
So,
If you want to
no.
make it easier, just let me know.
I will only ask what role primarily.
DPS.
DPS, only DPS. Okay.
What kind of player does Doomy seem like he'll be? Not a character, I mean.
To me, gives me like Psylocke vibes.
I don't
Yeah, I was
dive.
gonna say.
I don't
I was
dive.
gonna say.
I face him directly, like a true person.
Oh. Bucky?
No,
No,
Bucky.
Bucky.
I'll give you two more
Really?
two more tries
Punisher,
for
Punisher.
one person. No, but everybody played Punisher in the tutorial
Yeah,
though.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
So, yeah, that doesn't count.
Facing them straight up. You don't play dive. Playing frontline. Not
Here,
Bucky.
I'll make it easier for
Bucky is
you.
very versatile.
Oh wait, I already said DPS. Never mind. I was gonna say I don't play
Yeah.
the tank class, so
Which
Yeah,
means
all those
that
guys.
if you're really fighting frontline, if you're fighting tanks, I would say Wolverine.
no,
Magic.
no.
What the hell?
fuck?
Oh, this is weird. Because you said no dive either. What the fuck else is frontline that you don't dive?
Oh yeah, magic is dive. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not supposed to be frontline, but because of how I handle things, I go frontline most of the time.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I would. I feel like if I asked how mechanically intensive his character, I feel
Really
like I'd get my
mechanically
answer.
intensive. Really mechanically intensive. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
what?
What?
No.
Really? Not Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man is still a dive character, isn't he? He doesn't go frontline.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, but he's mechanically
Yeah.
intensive. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess mechanically intensive in terms of like the amount of help that you can do to your teammate or to basically just the game requires you to hit at your shots every single time.
Bloody hell, I don't
So
know.
hella?
Fucking what's that guy with
Come
the
on,
with the bow and
guys.
arrow?
It's not that close, but I actually don't play Hawkeye.
Shit, man. What do you play?
I main Hella.
Hella.
Christ.
Okay.
What was the other one then? Hella's one of it.
Widow?
Legendary guy.
Legend. Star.
Oh, Star-Lord.
Lord.
Yeah. I go Star-Lord or Hella.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
interesting combination there.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I go
okay.
Star-Lord
Not too
when
bad.
when I know that there's another if there's like a DPS difference, like like some of them bunch up together to basically focus a single person, because Hella, especially after they nerfed her, she's a bit more squishy,
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah. In those cases, or because I haven't played in like maybe a month or so, maybe more, I go with Star-Lord because my very first game of Rivals, I went 29-0. I turned like a losing game and I didn't die once.
You
And
sure
I
it wasn't
killed
bots?
29 people. Probably bots. It felt like it, but they didn't have bot names. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to blend in. They did try. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
tried to do it. I think the statistic for
Yeah.
the bots was that if you win sorry, if you lost 2 quick play matches, they put you into a bot
Mhm.
match.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, like
It would have to be
hella.
back to back.
Even in NA servers, I would be like top fragging and like the most damage as hella back then when she had like the buff. But even more so like without the buff, it's all about like being able to hit the shots.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Sure. I'm primarily. I was initially a Mantis main coming in, so my first Lord.
Mm-mm.
Afterwards, I started flexing to every role, so I can play all 3 roles if needed.
Mhm.
Majority of the time, I'm on Hawkeye, Bucky, Hela, Luna,
Mhm.
Mantis, Magneto, Strange,
Mm-mm.
mainstays.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could never do any of those. Yeah, any of those I could never do. Like if I
Support all
went
the way.
support, like healer, oh, we're losing that game. We're losing the game. Like you cannot rely on me to have like reliable heals from my part. Heck, I would try to DPS with a hacking support character. You
Damn,
know
it's okay, man.
that's how
Maybe it's
bad
just
I
your
am.
play style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just my play style is I see somebody from far away, I shoot. I shoot them.
Does that apply for every single game that you play?
I guess so.
I
I
assume like the
haven't.
best word is aggressive, right? Aggressive play style in a sense.
I wouldn't say I'm aggressive. It's more like tactical because being hella, especially nowadays, you're squishy. You go out there, they shoot. All of them shoot you, and then you're dead. And then you gotta wait and then you have to do the run back. It's
Mm.
more like
Mhm.
because I know I can aim slightly well. I would go for like the weakest ones first, and then I go back, let me heal. Almost like a dive character, I flank them from like the sides sometimes if I know that their tanks are really good. You know, if we can't break through to like say the point or something, I would go. I think that's where like map master really comes to mind. But I don't. I would say I don't really know most of the
Mm.
maps in Marvel Rivals. So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Map knowledge has increased
Map
tenfold
knowledge.
for me because so there was this little content piece that I did with Eggwick. He
Mm-mm.
wanted to try out and see if the Avengers comp
Mhm.
would run through
Avengers comp, like
like
only
the Avengers composition.
Avengers.
Yeah, so it
Oh,
was Cap,
um,
Widow, Hawkeye, Hulk, Iron Man, and
no healer.
no healer. Yeah, it was absolutely no healer. This entire comp was
What the
absolutely no
fuck?
healer. So
Loki should be in there. Avengers,
no,
right?
so
Still
yeah,
part of the Avengers, so the movie at least.
no. So we had absolutely no healers. So how we played this out in the
Yeah.
content piece was that we were allowed to choose the maps, and we were given hero ban. So we managed to go against every single rank all the way up to Grandmasters, and beat them because
Mhm.
we
With no
chose
healer,
the
no
convoy
support.
maps. No, we chose the convoy maps because the cart can heal us,
Ah, oh, true. Okay, I guess
and
that's
we
the only
noted
way you
every
can do
single
it.
health pack. Yeah, and we noted every single health pack on
Mm.
them, and we kept stealing that. Somehow we made it. It was up there. You guys can find it, but it's so funny. It's
That'll be
so good.
interesting to see, actually. Only
Yeah.
Avengers comp. I guess, but that's like, it's like a technicality thingy because you would always need a healer in your team. So you choosing the train maps, the pushing thingy. I guess if that's like up to Grandmasters, but it's not a, what do you call it? A foolproof comp, basically. Because no healer.
It's not.
Sometimes
It's not
people
too
double,
foolproof.
yeah, sometimes
Awesome.
people double up on healers, actually. And even then we lose.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't think people just knew how to play with the way we were playing. Plus, I think it helps that every single player that was on my team were all experienced players from other games. Like we had a top 500
Okay.
tank, we had 2 immortal players, we had a Apex Pred, an ALGS player, So it
Mm-mm.
was like we all knew what we were doing game wise. It was just trying to see if they could fight us. And surprisingly, you remember you were just talking about like how your strategy in CS was just if you play
Be
dumb,
dumb.
the enemy team won't
Yeah.
know how to counter you.
Exactly.
The bronze team actually gave us the worst time because
Exactly.
we didn't know what they were
Yeah.
trying to do.
The
You
weirdest
were-
fucking
you were-
strats
yeah.
will win the game.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, for
trying to
real.
be you're trying to be tactical, but the team is like scattered in a way.
Yeah.
But
that
they're
was
not
like,
really scattered. That's a tactic, that's the tactic.
that's like playing like that was me yesterday because I was okay. Fun fact: I shared to my college friends and my classmates about this podcast, so they might be watching it.
Hey,
Oh,
right
no.
now? Shit.
Yeah, like right now they might be watching it right.
Somebody
Yeah.
shake their ass on camera. Okay.
So not that kind of
But-
stream.
So
Yeah, Patreon
So my
content. Patreon
friend-
content. Sorry.
no,
go on.
no. So me and my friends we were playing Counter Strike and
right.
because he's in like low elo and I'm like I don't play CS anymore, so I'm like also low elo. And I'm like going into the game and I'm playing against these fucking silvers and I'm like what the fuck are they doing? I'm like I can't predict any of them. Like they move in herds or something and I'm like
Moving hurts.
and
Yeah.
I'm like I can't anchor here because they'll throw like the most random shit at me and I'm like
Yeah.
okay, this is fucking obnoxious. I play more passive and I'm like this is worse. The only way to counter people is you have to play just like them. You have to be stupid. You have to fight stupid with stupid.
Stupid.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Fire,
I'm just
fire,
naturally
yeah.
stupid. Exactly.
Yippee.
Like who would
Unique.
ever
I'll
like
use the word unique.
suggest who would ever suggest in Mirage as the CS:GO map Mirage that in CT side you just rush A with that machine gun that as you hold it down
Negative.
it becomes more accurate. Yeah. 3 people would just do that. And we just basically rush
Unstoppable.
the
yeah. I've seen it
terrorists.
happen.
Yeah,
That's the
it's crazy.
biggest thing I've noticed in Valorant. Valorant has like pure stupidity. Like
Bro,
the-
every shot
like
is RNG,
you get like
man.
you get like 5 Odins like hitting the wall and you got a Sova that just fucking like just beamed you across the map. All right, you're done. I can't do anything about that.
I remember Sova. Oh my god. I think
That
it was
fucking
Sova main
Valorant.
for a while.
I
Yeah.
mean that's the like that entire like philosophy of gaming is part to the success of like why Paper Rex were so good
Mm.
because
Yeah.
they were so
Mm-mm.
unorthodox in comparison to every single team in
Yeah.
franchising because they just didn't conform to the regular meta and it worked out for a very long time and it got them to a lot of finals. They didn't win like any of the master or champion events or any of the champion events, but it got them really far and it showcases that this is very much a possibility. But over time you will get figured out no matter how unorthodox, like you can still get figured out, and sometimes regular play will eventually just kind of suss you out, and the good players will shine there, and that's what happened with Paper X these days. So yeah, it's a strat. It's genuine a strat.
If it works, it works. Just fucking do
If it
it.
works, it works.
Just do it.
Yeah.
I will say this here. This is the most Asian topic we've ever brought up. Cause like half, like how many Asians game? Like almost every Asian I've known games, or has been gaming since like they were a kid. I think I don't know. I feel like this is Asian enough.
Mhm.
Hearing about
Yeah.
Valorant and Marvel Rivals.
I actually gamed at a later date. I think I only started really gaming at 2015 because all
Yeah,
I
he was
really
a
did
steady
was
boy.
study.
Yeah, he's a steady boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, book smart.
That
No,
ticks
it's
the
not
boxes.
like you guys make it sound like it's my choice. I didn't have
No,
no
we get it. We
choice.
get it. You know, you have a gun.
No,
pointed
we
against your
like
head.
Yeah,
We get it.
no
You know,
choice for me. Yeah,
it's like
Asian parenting. It's why you're here on this podcast.
exactly.
son. What is
We
2
took a
plus
different
2?
path.
5? Bam!
Yes.
Okay,
It
beats
is
the
a
shit out of them.
I mean, sometimes I do like I think calculus on on my stream. I'm in a bikini and I just turn around like, all right, so.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Pay attention. Important part.
Exactly.
Wake up.
Exactly. But I guess people actually, because they're like, wait, do me serious, because I'm really doing the equations properly. I'm like, oh wait, hold on. I thought you were joking. I thought you just wanted to shake booty. I'm like, nope, I am doing this, the whole thing. I could do it for you. Right? Actually, no, we don't have time.
I was like, I don't want to think about school. I have to study in like a couple hours now. I have a fucking
Couple of hours.
microbiology
don't
exam. I don't
traumatize.
want to
Yeah.
fucking do anything.
But don't worry,
traumatize
it's
the
calculus.
Fuck calculus, bro. I don't need to
It's
take that shit
calculus.
right now.
I've took calculus before. It was.
It's just
something else.
mathematics. It's not that hard. You just kind of do it.
Okay, I will say this here. I like calculus more than statistics. I actually hate statistics. That's
I've done
one of the least
statistics too.
math subjects I've actually like wanting to rip my hair out. Because I just couldn't
Really?
understand it. Yeah, I just couldn't deal with all that shit. I was like,
Yeah, I kind of want
I was
to do
like-
a calculus thing right
I was like,
now.
all right, what's the standard equation of sigma times mu? And I'm like,
That's advanced calculus.
I don't know.
Not that. I was talking about like the
Actually,
normal.
No, I'm talking about no. That's
Advanced
statistics. I'm
calculus,
like,
Jesus
I'm like sitting here. I'm
Christ.
like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm like, I don't want to do fake math anymore. That's
Fake
just me.
math.
I
You
hate
just
fake math.
read the thing. You just read the manual. Just it's,
Yeah, as
it's
long as
all
you
there. It's
understand,
written there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It's
all
fun when you
written there.
understand, honestly.
Yeah.
There was a time like I think you've asked me this when you interviewed me the first time was that you asked me about like how was my parents or something like that.
Mm.
The funny thing is that my parents had low expectations for my academics. Like my academics were
crazy.
so like it
What was that
was low,
supposed to
and
mean,
I'm
like-
like that's why.
They just
Okay,
knew
so
you were a
like
nerd
the
from the
typical, no, like the stereotypical Asian is like, oh, they're really smart, they're book smart, they do all this stuff and study.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was the Asian that did not give a shit about any of that. I hated doing all of that stuff. And my parents never forced me to really get into like studying as long as like I did something I really like. So let's say like I was like successful with streaming, my parents would be cool with that completely.
But
Hmm.
I was gonna say something.
But-
Indeed. No, say it. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Tell me.
Did they
Alan.
know that you wear women clothes? You said this. before.
Okay. Yes and
As long
no.
as you're happy. Yeah.
Yes and no. Technically, my mom does, but my mom is like very, very like religious wise, and also the other stuff. So
Oh.
she got mad at me, and then
I
I'm
pretend not
like,
to
everything.
see.
Everything is, yeah. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like for me, in a sense, I'm like, I'm an adult. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And
it's
I'm
fair.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like if they don't like it, they don't have to like it. It's not like it's like I told my mom like, oh, I'm gonna go to fucking New York City, and my mom can't stop me because I already paid for my plane ticket. Or like if I want to go to like Malaysia, she can't stop me. I'm paying
Yeah,
for
I
it.
mean, your
anyways.
money, your choices. Yeah.
Exactly. And like
Yeah.
I'm not doing a bad thing where the majority of the stuff is that I notice like my parents just wants me to do the right things. Which is good. I don't have like tiger parents. I don't know like you had from what you said to me, like obviously it was not your given choice, but would you say your parents were very hard on you in your
Oh
academic
yeah, of
life?
course. Yeah, that's all I ever did for like what, 15 years straight.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We didn't have cable TV. I didn't get no video games. And the only what happened to my hand? Hello?
Oh, yeah, that's happening to me too. I'm having hand problems. That's why I don't
Stiff
have
hands.
both hands.
What happened to my hand?
Yo,
My
Lal, what
both of
happened
my
to your
hands are
hand?
gone.
Whoa.
Yo, lost. Where are your hands?
Yo, Owie,
Hey,
Hey,
move your hands, man.
Hey,
they're arresting Doomy.
I've been-
Doomy's getting arrested.
Your wrist.
Yeah, what's happening to
been-
me? Oh,
hey,
hold
man, my
on.
hands have been like this the entire time, bro. I'm just sitting in gamer position the entire time, bro.
What
Gamer
is
practice.
happening?
assume the
Come back to this.
position.
Repair your
Yeah,
controllers.
I
that
must
way.
assume.
You have no idea how wonky
Assume
the setup
battle
is
station.
for the Quest Pro. Like,
I mean, it's not even that, because like it was fine for the whole time, and then now I don't know what's
As soon as you
up.
mentioned the parents, and then technology
I
starts
guess,
acting up.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
like
you have the
bad
technology.
omens.
you have the Quest Pro that I delivered.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. You should be thanking me,
What's
not the other person. Thank me.
yeah,
My
true.
Quest Pro came
I'm
from
utilizing it
Hawaii.
to
I
the
had to
max.
fight my way through 4 different types of delivery systems to
Yo.
get that shit there.
Hey, someone had the similar experience while trying to send something
Oh
to me, like
wait,
Battlefield
they sent
moderators.
you your Quest Pro. Azzy sent you the Quest Pro.
No.
Oh.
AD
No?
has his Quest Pro. AD asked Azzy to send the Quest Pro to him.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
but
the same for me.
you have to
Yeah.
get through someone.
Yeah, mine came from Hawaii.
Dude, the 80
Yeah.
80 got mine from freaking California, bro. That shit is like that shit's quality right there.
Yeah.
Is it? Did you buy it from a Walmart?
No, I did not buy from a Walmart.
Okay.
Yo,
Mine came
okay.
from
I
a
live in
Walmart.
I live in semi like really nice area of like suburbs and the hood.
Yeah.
And the
hood.
Walmarts that I go to are all in the hood. So they're all like everything's locked up. Like you go to the Walmart, everything is like actually just keyed, locked, metal fucking frames and shit.
That makes
Nothing is
sense, yeah.
open.
Mhm.
Even the Hot Wheels, dude. Even the toy section is
Even the
locked
Hot
up.
Wheels?
Hot Wheels.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is just sad.
That's great.
Like I go down the street, I go down the
That's
street to my
dystopian.
Walmart, and I'm like, I want to get a Hot Wheels. Shit, I gotta fucking bring the guy over.
Goodness me,
Oh
man.
my
Sounds so
God.
horribly dystopian.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, that's
We
Americans for you, man.
we live in a society, bro.
In a society. Yeah. Oh, uh,
True.
there's one thing I want to ask Dumi. Going back
Mm.
to the topic of voices, right? I know. I hope this is okay for me to ask, but I know in the past you spoke differently, right? And then you gradually
I spoke differently.
change. And
Yeah.
people
Tiny
often what's the word? Misgender you, right? I'm not sure what you prefer
Misgender?
right now. Yeah, because some people
Well,
just think you sound like a female. So that's why ChatGPT was like her. I'm like her. So
Wait. Did they put in quotation marks? Her?
no, it's just her. Like the entire
Okay,
list is
okay.
her. But I don't know what where you sit at right now.
well, I don't really think about it. A lot of
Mm.
my friends do think. Okay, if you look at my VR chat picture as well, the colors, that was not intended like that, but they think, you know, they would think that I transitioned, and because of the whole
Right.
the whole voice thing.
Mm.
If anything, it just helps me last longer. Yeah, it's just easier for me to do. Yeah,
Would you say it's because it's like a softer tone instead of doing something more
I would say
from
so.
like
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say it's like
I-
I would say
I'm
it's
not
like
a
softer
voice
tone.
Yeah, I'm not a voice person, but like I don't know
Mhm.
if that makes sense. Does that make sense,
No,
Kyler?
it does. My vocal teacher has mentioned prior that like, you can actually strain your voice more from just generally talking, because talking has no like constant control of range that you're trying to actively like set for yourself,
Yeah.
and you're always like wavering into different tones, different different intonations and so on, and going
see,
for
I see,
hours.
yeah.
It's why like you can end up talking for like a few hours and just feel like you just got throat punched. But then if you realize you go like for karaoke, you sing maybe in the shower for quite some time, you seem fine. Like you're just fine.
Okay.
It's a very weird
California.
thing. It's a very weird.
So,
Yeah.
which I guess it brings me to a question: are you able to switch in between now, or like are you just more accustomed to
That's the
speaking?
thing. No, I
No?
can't. This is just how I speak
Oh,
now.
it's just by default now. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, honestly, I knew that I was doing it right when some people would ask, "Oh, Doomy," like people who probably knew me from the past, but I don't really remember them. They'd be like, "Oh, Doomy, didn't know you use the AI voice changer," and I was like, "What? What?
Just
this
your
is
natural
no.
voice. Yeah.
This is just my voice.
So-
What do you mean? I just speak."
The
So
change is drastic. Like to me, even when I heard the first time, like, oh, is this really Doomy
yeah,
now? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, you
remember
like it?
hearing. Yeah, I remember hearing Doomy like early in their streaming, and then
Mm.
I was like I hear like Do Me singing again. I was like, oh, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
at the same time, it's like I still liked it. It's like there's nothing
Yeah,
changed.
yeah.
I think I'm surprised that people will correlate down to like, oh, you're using the AI voice. That I don't know. I feel like
I guess
that
it's
kind of
down
like
to like, yeah, it's become more used in the
yeah.
higher, like, like the more prominent areas of streaming, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if this is the only place you can find it, but a lot of the AI voice users, of course, are mutes or originally mutes, I guess.
Right, mutes.
And they're from like the Gator lobby, and yeah, I had my time there. I still do sometimes, and yeah, so a lot of eyes get get shown, or I guess ears get they hear a lot of the AI thingies, so that's what they associate with other people. But yeah, no, I just basically speak. It's actually really weird that I can actually like just just
Okay.
yes.
Sounds great. I
Yeah,
had my whip
On the topic of
earlier
genders,
on,
though,
but it's
no one can ever
Whiplash.
misgender me. I don't care. But whatever,
Oh, that's
yeah.
fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, are you a Apache helicopter?
I
Please don't.
fucking knew he was gonna say it, man.
Only in the
it was
bedroom.
right
I mean,
there.
what?
Only
it
in
was
the
right
bedroom.
there.
Are you actually an F-16 fighter pilot? Holy shit.
Only in the
Yo,
Comfortable in
bathroom.
your own skin.
Hey, Ma, can I get your number? I'm trying to hit up
Okay,
this
hold up.
FA-18 Hornet, bro.
Okay, I've been waiting to actually make a comment like that for this entire podcast is because I watched Top Gun. I watched both Top Gun movies, I mean, and your name is Doomsday Maverick. So I had to
Maverick.
correlate something relating to
Christ.
the name Maverick.
Christ.
I was like, I'm sorry, don't hate me. Don't hate me.
It's okay. A lot of people like make that thingy actually, but this name I got it even way before I even knew about what the heck Top Gun was.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
whole Maverick
tell us about your
thing
name,
is
actually.
supposed. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's like
origin.
it's a mix of something that I used to use a long time ago, mixed with the whole Maverick thing, because I didn't want it to be just Doomsday, I guess, because it's just one word. Not to mention, like later down the line, a couple of years later, I found that there's this character in DC, like
Doomsday. Yeah.
Superman's
Doomsday.
Yeah.
Superman's arch enemy is Doomsday. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, and on that topic, I was actually thinking, like, I talked about this some time ago, but I was just thinking of like rebranding, not rebranding, but just shortening my name to just Doomy everywhere. It's just easier. Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
stopping you from
Just-
the
I
rebranding?
think it can
Yeah,
work.
people confuse me with another person called Maverick, and I'm like, no. Like, they would be like, oh, Maverick, you speak now. I'm like, what? I
It's another
always
freedom.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, there's another one, huh?
Is it another
Yeah,
one?
don't worry. I think they're from the Gator lobby as well. So, like, just they're a mute. So,
I like how you just go like,
yeah. Yeah.
Another mute.
another mute.
Rolling my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Another one.
Exactly.
This
I'm
guy next to me was enough already.
Hey, listen,
True.
man. It's
It was more than enough for a couple of years, honestly. Crazy.
goodness me.
Like,
But yeah,
Absolutely crazy.
full-time streaming, huh? Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? I mean, you're definitely gonna be
Jesus Christ,
streaming
what is
still.
what kind of work interview is this?
Hey, we're just,
Yeah,
we just
that's
don't
what
know,
I
man.
said.
Like,
I
what
was
do your future
like-
plans are?
I was-
Do I have to
In
hand
10
you
years, where do you
hand you
see
my
yourself in 10
resume
Where do you
as
see
well?
where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, do you see like
when
a
are you going to
promotion?
be doctor?
Like,
Well, 5 years is like
Are
a
you
long
becoming
way
a
to look
CEO?
forward to. Because like how do I say this? It's a lot in this time and age, like it's things change really
It's
quickly
changing,
before
yeah.
you can see it happening, but sometimes things change in like a couple of days, a week or something. I don't have like the insight for for 5 years. I do have an insight for this year though. I'm trying to do some crazy stuff, like music wise, or just I guess entertainment wise, not just
Okay,
music
branch out
wise.
your content a little more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not even. I wouldn't say branching out, just enhancing it.
Enhancing.
I'm sticking to it. I'm just enhancing it. Because I try to branch out. It doesn't usually work out. And we all know what the definition of insanity is. I don't want to just keep doing it like, oh, why is it not working? So I refocus my efforts and my capital to other things.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I've already started it. I mean, now I have like, I thought I would never part with my index, and now I have another headset and two additional base stations and an ungodly amount of power banks to power it. So, yeah, and then I guess next is like the whole music thingy. I can't really divulge anything yet because I am still working on it. I don't want to have like anybody's hopes up, but it's going to be pretty cool. I hope so. At
Looking
least.
forward to it. All right.
So,
I mean,
Yippee.
the reason why I asked is because I remember seeing like this one discussion on Twitter. Like somebody mentioned that if you're not, if you're a full-time streamer, right, and if you're not a millionaire by like your 30s, you should consider trying something else. You know what I mean? Because things are constantly changing.
What?
Right? No. Because
millionaire in your
with
own
full-time streaming,
currency.
with
Yeah, bro.
full-time streaming is fluctuating, right? Like you don't know how much you earn.
Right.
You don't know when you're gonna just not earn enough to cover your expenses and stuff, right? So there's always that gamble, that
Yeah.
risk compared to like having a job and stuff. So once you cross 30, right, and if you're still doing full-time streaming, I think finding a job would be a little difficult. You know what I mean? If you want to like quit streaming and find an actual job, because you
Well-
weren't able to establish more connections when you were much younger. You get what I mean?
In a
like where I'm going
sense,
with this?
in a sense, yes and no. I feel like I think my one advice to anyone, and even anyone who's watching the fucking podcast that is like, wanting to VTube or get into streaming, I think establishing yourself, yes, in the early stages of having a job and having some sort of connection,
Yeah.
and then having that, like having a secure job. So for example, because I'm an X-ray technician right now, right? I work in the medical field. My job is always needed no matter what. Wherever I go, I can take my license and say, okay, I had this. What do I need to do? If they tell me, yo, you need to just relicense, or you just need to pay the conversion fee or whatever, perfectly fine. I'll do that, and I have a job. And I notice if I want to quit that and go stream full time right now, I technically could, because of because I'm knowledgeable to say that I can go back into
You
that
can go
field
back,
because
something to fall back to.
I already
yeah.
have
Mm,
I already been licensed and established. The only thing I need to do is just continue to renew my license every 2 years. And that goes with anything. I think another thing is that find something that you enjoy doing, like programming or learning how to make like, blenders or do something different, because you can end up contributing that into a game company or like a design company.
Yeah.
But overall, I think a lot of the times, because of the world is changing and also it's rapidly changing,
It's scary. It's scary
I feel like at the same time, it's like people will plan things out when it comes around, like near it, and they're gonna start planning. It's like, okay, I should invest into this or do something. So it just ultimately comes down to like how comfortable you are in your living situation, no matter what you do. Because if you start feeling that you're uncomfortable, you have to start. You're mentally going to make that change, and you're gonna improve something or some way.
Okay.
That's what I
a lovely
think.
thought. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Oh man.
Forgot what the topic we were talking about actually. Don't know.
It's okay. We were like bouncing
for too
everywhere,
long.
man.
My fault. Smoke break. I'm kidding.
My brain went to another
Smoke
place.
Yeah. I think we can kind of wrap this up if you want to. Like, you guys have like any final questions you want to like ask me? Like anyone in chat as well, feel free to ask. Yeah.
All right, do me. How do you wash your
Questions.
rice?
Oh,
You
Uh,
wash your
I
rice.
wash
How
my
do you
rice.
cook your rice?
Yeah,
I do.
how do you cook your rice?
Do you have a rice cooker?
Well, I do. So basically, what I do is like I usually eat only 1 cup of rice. Uh, I wash it maybe 2 times up until the starch is all gone, the cloudy thing, and then, yeah,
This is my
you
favorite.
do you do the pinky thing,
All right.
and then yeah,
Check
yeah,
out the
yeah,
box.
yeah.
They're checking out the box.
Alright,
Okay.
okay.
Quick
The box?
question. Quick question. The box.
Oh, the box. Yeah, yes.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I need to ask this question. Why the fuck do you call your desserts like Spanish swear words?
Oh, like
Like
sabak
puta?
con le-
Like
oh, no, it's no.
like
You're
puto
talking
or
about
whatever it is.
you're talking about puto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Puta.
It's not a Spanish swear word.
It is technically like
It's
it
Spanish,
is
it's kind of.
yeah, it is kind
Well,
of, yeah.
it's not our fault. I think it's like a traditional thing over here. So like it's not like a Spanish thing.
I mean, they did also
Uh,
colonize by Spanish.
yeah, we were a Spanish colony
By
for
Spain, yeah.
333 years, actually.
Yeah, that's like my country. We were fucking colonized by the French, bro. That's why we got baguettes. We have baguettes
Yeah.
and banh mi, bro.
Because the
Mm.
British, bottled water.
Yeah,
Sorry.
bottled water.
Bottled
Okay,
water.
to add on to his question, about the rice.
Yeah.
If you're making fried rice, do you use butter for the pan or oil?
Oh.
I use oil, I guess.
Mm.
Okay.
There's no preference. I'm just curious.
And what type of rice do you use when you make fried rice?
Ah,
Basmati?
I mean,
Basmati?
Yeah,
Okay.
basmati.
Well,
I use the same
I
rice.
mean,
I know what you're
like,
trying
If I
to
have it.
imply.
If I
Yeah.
have it. But if I was having a craving, then any rice will do, really. Like
True.
type of rice will be like, rice that I had yesterday but freezed
Mm.
on the refrigerator. Yeah, leftover rice. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Yes.
where that's what I was going at. Okay.
Oh,
good.
okay. I thought the type of rice. I was like, oh,
No,
okay.
not
No, it doesn't
no,
matter the type of rice you
no.
use.
I'm not
Oh,
saying the genetic
yes.
mutation of that
Okay,
rice,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like
Shit, it's gotta be organic.
Yeah.
like every rice is mutated differently, bro. Basmati rice, you got jasmine rice. They all got their fucking random ass gene code in that shit.
Yeah.
This shit gotta come fresh from the fields. Gotta be
Yeah.
It was not
tilled and
pulled by
milled.
an Asian man wearing a straw hat. It is not rice.
True. Actually, true.
True.
What's in your ideal fried rice? What's your ideal fried rice actually? Like what type?
Beef. I guess it's like Chinese fried rice, like the one with like soy sauce in it, so it becomes brown in color. So like
Mhm.
I think
Okay.
but with like a hint of garlic, I guess. So like it's like garlic fried rice, but with like the soy sauce. So it could be like pretty a bit too much for people who can't take salt too much. But trust me, it's not that much. It just looks salty or tastes salty, but it's not as much.
No,
Really love fried
the
rice,
people who say it's salty. That's the white people. Okay, the white people they say that. Oh, that's too much sodium. No. You make that better by MSG. Okay, you pour the soy
Yeah.
sauce around the rim, and then you cook the fried rice. The wok is so good.
Get
Just
the
as you
wok.
speak truth.
I
Just
speak
as
the
you speak
true
truth.
Asian.
You
Okay.
speak the truth. You got to
speak
put
the
the yum yum
truth.
powder. If not, it's not valid.
MSG.
See, this is why, like, when I go outside the Asian community, they see me, they're like, "Oh my God, you speak so good Vietnamese," and I tell them, I say, because I born here in the United States, but my Asian parent they taught me really well. You know, every time I make the wrong rice, they beat me. They beat me every time.
Oh my god.
I love
With
it. I
the
love
rice
it.
spoon itself, the rice paddle itself too.
Dude.
Okay.
Well, I got my questions answered, I think.
Me
Yeah,
too.
well-
I hope so.
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good.
Okay.
Okay, I guess.
We can officially say
We're
that
done, we're
Doomy
done.
is Asian. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
I'll say
I'm pretty
you're
I'm pretty
up there,
Asian,
yeah.
I think so.
pretty
Yeah, I'm up
Asian.
there. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
Asian, yeah.
favorite
I'd
guest.
say
Yeah.
so. I'm pretty Asian.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I
You're
guess
beautiful
that wraps
Asian.
it.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Jimmy. Thank you so very much for coming into this
Yeah.
podcast. I hope you have fun. Yeah. And again,
Yeah.
shout out to my co-host, _caliber and Aziviera. And yeah, do check out
Fuck you.
Doomsday Maverick as well. Streamer, how often do you stream, by the way? Again, three times a week? 4
For
times?
maybe 3-4 times. I don't want to give people hope. I'll be back
Yeah.
Sunday.
Be back
Sunday
okay.
for Sunday for Westerners, early Monday morning for both of us. So,
Lovely, lovely.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Can't wait.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next podcast, probably in the next month or so. Who knows who
Yeah.
will
Next
be our
month.
next guest? Yeah,
Next
I-
month. What do you mean?
I
Freaking
don't know.
3
It
months
depends
out,
on
bro.
how. It depends.
No
Depends on
hopes
how-
for your chat
No.
right now. No hopes
Hey,
right
look,
now.
we're doing this just for fun, okay? It's not even professional. Yeah.
No, this is professional now.
It's
I'm gonna
as
tell you my
professional as it
my
gets, yeah.
stories.
Hey, don't trauma dump here. Kidding. Yeah. Thanks again, guys. Bye bye.
Adios.
Bye, everyone.
We need to bring back Antonio Wong. That's what we need.
Oh man, Antonio
Fuck, we
Wong.
should've
I need to
mentioned
get
Antonio Wong.
I need to get an avatar for Antonio Wong, bro.
No, please. That's gonna
I
make
honestly
this
thought-
so
About that.
controversial.
I thought you guys were like, oh, Doomy, now that we're about to end, you should do a number for us. Like, bro.
A number. Wait.
Wait,
can
can
see
they hear
hear
us?
us.
Wait,
Yeah, they
can
can
they
still
still
hear us, yeah.
hear us?
Yeah. I think they can.
Guys, remember
I
to
thought
check
about
out
it, but I didn't
Doomsday
wanna pressure you.
Maverick. They're awesome and cool. Please, if you like this
Okay.
stream, hit a follow and a subscribe button. If you have Prime, please hit the Prime button as well for Aoi. Yippee!
My God, Prime, my favorite gamer drink.
Gamer subs. Alright.
Gamer
Yeah, my-
subs.
I'm trying to figure out.
Streamers
what this-
down
Yeah.
under.
Wait, one
What do you
second, guys.
mean down under?
Mm.
Hey, relax, man.
Oh. Sorry. I got Pharaoh a little bit. My fault. My fault.
Okay.
Gang.
Yeah, I don't know what to
That's
rate.
okay. We're in VR
Um,
chat. That's very.
Can I go to bed, bro?
You don't know who to rate?
Hmm.
Paper's on.
Bro.
Paper is still. What the fuck?
Doing Elder Scrolls, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Okay. I swear, when that man's got his PC, he became addicted to gaming.
He's a full-time streamer too, man.
I know, but like Paper seems to do the drawings, and now no drawings, just gaming.
Wait,
Oh my
guys,
god!
let me pick. Elden
Oh,
Ring, VR Chat,
oh,
Jump King, Elder Scrolls.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh?
Which one should we go for? Elden Ring,
Just
VR
read
Chat.
Paper.
Just read
Yeah,
paper.
just read Paper.
I give a
Yeah,
choice,
Paper
no?
is live.
Okay.
Yeah. Paper is doing the Oblivion, so it
Alright,
is
this
gaming.
paper person.
Yeah. It's 2 in the morning. Why is Paper even awake, dude? Man's
Fuck
crazy.
this bin more water.
Oh my
let's
God.
see you guys next week. For
Is
normal
it
future
going,
streams.
actually going?
It's going to
Is it
paper.
actually
Yes,
going to?
yes.
Oh my god.
Why are you awake? Yeah. I mean, that's Doomy's schedule, man. Like, shit.
Why did you call me on Steam and said nothing?
I was trying to wake you up, man. Like, if Discord doesn't work, then Steam has to work, right?
That's
Alright,
crazy.
thanks a lot. Thanks for
I did
modding.
wake
Hope
up
you guys
in
have
the
fun, yeah?
with the
Bye, Jizzy. Bye, Matt. Bye, Johan.
the
Bye,
Discord
Dissy.
thingy.
Bye, Tai.
Trust me, I was awake about an hour ago. It's just waiting for you
Bye,
to
Saber.
waiting
Bye,
for the
Angry.
11:30 time made me go to sleep
Scuba
again.
2. Car. Bye, bye.
I was
Bye-bye.
awake. I was
Dude,
awake.
I
Okay,
woke
guys.
up at like I woke up at 8:15.
Alright, here we
and
go.
I was
Here we go.
like- I was like, dude,
Be
I'm
nice
gonna
to
go
paper,
back
yeah.
to
Be nice to
bed.
paper.
Went back to bed, woke up, and I was like, yeah, I'm here in time. I'm here.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Exactly. Why is this podcast room so small?
We upgraded. Actually, technically,
Oh, is this
we
your
did we
world?
upgrade or downgraded? But we upgraded in a way.
Wait, is this your?
We
own
went
world
from
then?
yeah, it's a new world, I think.
Also, it was bothering me so much. In your camera, right?
Yeah.
In your camera, there's this setting, right? So,
Oh, to balance it, right? Yeah.
yeah, behavior, auto level roll, auto level pitch, and it will be freaking straight. Please
Hey, look, it's my first time here. Okay, so I can balance the camera as well. For- Hey, I don't come up here that often, man. No. Let's say it's for aesthetics. And changing microphone. There you go. Oh my god, I can fucking stand. Mm. Oh, but that's for viewership plus only. Yeah, yeah. I'm not paying fucking $10. Cheap ass, dude. That's so much money for us. Dude, ask not. Would you pay 50 ringgit for like a fucking viewership subscription? That's like fucking three to four meals, man. You can't justify that price. Yeah. No, 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 no. Right now, they added this feature for viewership where you can move your hands and shit just by using a webcam tracking. Yeah, but that's like locked behind, that ARM 50. Yeah. You go. All right. Can we take a picture like Elvis? That's what I do for every podcast. No, you must. Um, I will terminate your contract. Mhm. All right, let's just record sending. Yeah, we'll take a picture. Send. Stand behind it. That's it. That's it. Brilliant. Why are you so small? Why are you so small? That's, goodness me. Uh, I'm floating? Oh, maybe a little. Yeah. All right. Oh, this is good. This is perfect. All right. Setting a timer. Is real fucking people? Yeah, one more. Perfect. Perfect. I know, right? Yeah, I know, right? I'm- I was doing like stupid faces, like Jimmy.